Oh no. Oh no. How about now? Can you all hear me now? Oh, I had such a good opener too. I had such a good opener. Oh my god. I literally, like, it faded from the chatting screen. It faded and I was like, hello there. It is so nice to see you now. Time and present and future, the VODs, people watching live and us existing right now in the moment. Hello everyone. I had such a lovely opener and then I'm like, huh, no one's reacting, huh? Am I just screaming into the void? Charles says, sorry for my lack of help. I was watching an Elden Ring stream on the other tab. No worries, no worries, no worries. Honestly, I was running late because I was making a YouTube short, actually. I was cutting a clip from one of the previous streams, and I was finishing it up, and I forgot to have lunch. So I was like, I gotta get that going, otherwise my tummy is gonna be like bothering me during the stream. And you can't roleplay on an empty stomach, you know? It's just not allowed. The role-playing police would show up, on my door and take away my role-playing license and my role-playing gun. So, I couldn't let that happen. So, yeah, I was a little late, but I'm here. And the stream is working, allegedly. I see several people in the chat. Of course, we have the wrenches, Charlie Arlette and Lady Kirin, best wrenches in the whole world. And of course, I see Raven/Cypher. I don't know who it is today, but glad to have you. Alex is here. Moontoms is here. And of course, we got the lurkers. So happy to see y'all. Also, okay. I am gonna go check real quick. Can you all hear? Am I being heard? Am I being heard? Oh, this is amazing. This is a great way to start the day. Okay. For a hot second, I was like, oh no. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, my face is getting all red. I hope I didn't just... The word that I want to use... Okay, it's actually live, thank god. Okay. It's Cyphers. Raven says, you get a gun when you roleplay. Doesn't everybody get a gun when they roleplay? You graduate from role-playing academy, and, they hand you a badge and a gun. Am I the only one? Anyways, so, I want to begin today's stream by, saying something I said yesterday, and that thing is that, there is the possibility that the power might go out because it's raining buckets. The description of raining cats and dogs is not even properly accurate. It's raining like, zoo animals up in here. Hippopotamus, giraffes, it's raining a lot. So I am half expecting the power to go out. So if it happens, if I were to disconnect, don't worry, I'm okay. I live in a relatively safe area. It's just, the power grid is a mess. Other than that, I hope everyone is having a lovely, lovely, lovely Thursday. Can you believe it's already Thursday? Man, I've already streamed 3 times this week. It's been so fun though. It's been really fun to stream. Yeah. As Kitty's saying, now that our trees are down, we're very safe. Yeah. Check out yesterday's stream for more stories about how dangerous my life is apparently. Of course, nowhere near as dangerous as Kendra, who lives in New York City, but, I guess I have a pretty exciting life, I say to myself. Charles says, it was so fun watching the VOD yesterday. Hell yeah, I'm so happy you could grab it. Because I know that, sometimes work, prevents people coming together, and honestly, that's completely fine, Again, no hard feelings on anyone who can't make it live, watch the VOD, that's what I do sometimes, Some streamers, they just stream at times that don't work for me, so... I am relatively happier, or I'm relatively happy watching the VOD. Oh, did I see Alex's greeting? Let me see. I see Jeff. Oh, I didn't say hi to Jeff. Hey, Jeff. It says you're offline, you're live. I did not see your greeting. Oh. Okay, that was not for me. That's completely fair. Now, let me see real quick. Oh, by the way, on the VOD. Yeah, so, Cypher/Raven, says, I have no clue how you can do these daily. Streams are exhausting. Honestly, I was thinking about this. And I think that, it's one of those things where you look back on time, I wish I'd gotten started streaming sooner, but I don't think I would be this comfortable if I hadn't gone through, you know, years and years of recording videos on YouTube and doing Let's Plays and doing Dango Duo, because it was interesting. Like, I half expected that I would sit down on day one and my throat would be dead. And it turns out that, like, the banter machine is still perfectly active and running, you know? The little engine, the thing that powers my brain to just talk nonstop during Let's Plays and just to come up with anecdotes and stories and bits, that machine, it's still working. It's still working perfectly fine. And also, I have to say, this is actually a pretty easy stream for me. You know, the chat's very active, you know, people, everyone is extremely nice. Let me just tell you that, like, you know, I watch streams in my off time as well, you know. I like to just dip around and just, you know, be like a nice supportive viewer on other people's streams. And, like, I was watching a stream yesterday, and I'm like, this other person had like 2 people watching, you know? And I'm like, you know, I go in and I'm like, they're actually like super lovely and sweet, and I was just enjoying the stream. But there was this one a-hole. There was this dude just like waxing lyrical about like philosophy in the chat, making himself the main character of the stream. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? This is not your show. This is not your show, sir. Anyway, dude, that guy was going bananas. That guy was going on about, like, you know, why people commit murder, and I'm just like, dude, this is a Wendy's. Good sir, this is a Denny's, please. Yeah. Lady Kirin, real main character syndrome. Yeah, some people do that. And Charles says, oh, that would have been a ban from me, lol, if it was my stream. Yeah. Honestly, I have to say, other than the person role-playing as Optimus Prime, who honestly, like, you know, we timed him out for spamming. It wasn't even the role-playing as Optimus Prime. It was the spamming that got him. That and the person role-playing as the official Tampax YouTube channel. Other than that, we've had a pretty good time, honestly, you know? Yeah, Muntum says, and that's when I swing the mod sword. Yeah. Also, by the way, I don't know if, oh yeah, and the malicious ladies, let's go. Also, I don't know if y'all saw today's meme. Lovely person on Twitter had a lovely take. The 3 genders are literally princess, slut, and loser, and I made a diagram, by the way, for all of your OCs. So feel free to download this and plop your characters, by the way. Oh, Raquel is here. Hi, Raquel. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be doing some role-playing today. I'm gonna be taking ideas from chat, and it's gonna be fun. Also, okay, for a hot second I thought the cat wanted to get out. Downloading it right now. Yeah, I know. I gotta do this for the characters from the Fabulous Gays. Because I was thinking about this, right? Priam is definitely like between princess and slut for sure. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is this, okay? I'm gonna do the regular triangle, and then I'm gonna be like, you may be wondering, where is Paige, the narrator of the Fabulous Gays? I'm gonna have this image zoomed out so far away from the loser corner that it's like a loser nebula. It's like the Crab Nebula, that then it just reads the loser nebula, and that's where Pages is. Pages is so much of a loser that they're beyond, like, we don't have the technology to properly measure how much of a loser they are just yet. And, you know, Kitty says, I was gonna type something like that. Yeah, Pages is probably the biggest loser I've ever written. And that's why I love them. I love them because they're so dumb. Read The Fabulous Gays by me. I would say definitely Kami and Mako are definitely like near the princess spectrum. I would definitely, I know people are like, oh, is Hoshi a slut? I think Hoshi's princess slut for sure. The biggest slut in the Fabulous Gays is Raz. Raz is like over here at the very tip of the triangle. Trip is the same story but with the bottom left. Also, see, we have the Triforce is complete today. You know, we have Kendra, we have Lady Kirin and Charlie. The Triforce of courage, power, and wisdom accordingly. How convenient when we have a triangle on the screen. Yeah. And there's a bunch of other characters that I haven't introduced yet, but also definitely Miel is in the princess spectrum. And I was thinking Archer is like half princess, half loser. I wouldn't feel right calling Archer a complete loser. But, you know, they're like, you know, he's like right here, I think. Anyway, so that's the lovely fun post. Oh, hey, Yasan. Welcome to the stream. It's so nice to see you. Oh my god, the timer is busted again. Let me go fix the timer. There we go. Also, I have a question. Okay, if I go to reset the timer and edit the timer, oh, I have to literally import my sound every single time. Okay, I'm not gonna do that then. I had it being the Monster Hunter item get sound, and I'm not gonna do that every single time. Okay, Kendra, you can't just leave us like that. Kendra the Ranch says, I have embodied the Triforce of Courage today. You gotta tell us what happened, what crazy thing happened in New York City. You gotta let us know. While I go and grab Gaze in Space. Here we go. Here's Lemon. Also, wait a minute. What happened here? Where is the... Oh, well, of course, I'm not on... I was like, oh, what's wrong with the timer? Why is the timer all messed up? Well, it's actually because I'm not on the Gaze in Space tab, actually. There you go. Also, what did Kendra say? You booked a dentist appointment. Oh, that's the ultimate boss fight. I do think that out of all, like, you know, medical professions, dentists are definitely the hardest bosses for sure. Yeah. I envision them as like DLC bosses for like Dark Souls, you know? It's like, you know, like you know, the base bosses were pretty tough, huh? Get ready for the DLC bosses, you know? Yeah, that's what happens. Oh my god. Oh, also, okay. I want everyone to be proud of me. Everyone should be proud of me because I actually made a call. I called, I need to get some, I need to get some more vaccinations as part of, you know, doing a bunch of immigration stuffs. And I had to call this office to schedule more vaccinations. And I was nervous because I hate phone calls. I hate phone calls. And I did it. So, everyone should be proud of me. I didn't make an appointment or anything because it's just a walk-in, but, you know, still be proud of me. I said be proud of me. Non-insurance covered bone doctors. Oh my god. Oh my! I realized now what Kitty was talking about, and it's so bone doctors is so metal. Oh my god. Have I told the story about when I was a teenager? My first dentist that I had in the United States, his last name was and I think I can say this. I feel like this person is not a doctor anymore. But his name was Dr. Slaughter. And I know what you're thinking. Max, you were not being treated by a dentist. You were treated by a character from the WWE. And I'm like, no. It was a real doctor, you know? And like they didn't tell me he was gonna take out my wisdom teeth until like he walked into the room. And they were like, by the way, today Dr. Slaughter will be operating on you. And I was like, say what now? Say what now? Doctor, yeah, it does sound like a creepypasta, doesn't it? Like it doesn't sound real. It sounds like something someone made up. Also, let me just change screens real quick because I gotta go grab a document and I don't wanna dox myself live on screen. There you go. I just have to go and get the rest of the documents for the campaign. And their chief Dr. Slaughter. It's so good. It's so good. Honestly, like I kept his business card. Like I had it in my wallet like for years after that. It made for a great conversation starter. Is what I would say if I like talk to people. Oh, hi Raquel. So, do you need to know anything about role-playing for today's stream? So, the funny thing about this, see, so you're not the only person coming in who may not know anything about role-playing games. Ultimately, here's what you need to know, okay? The crux of this system is storytelling first. And really, the dice in this game serve, you know, let me just roll some dice on the screen for fun. You know, the dice here serve as to give us inspiration for what should happen next in the story. I will say things about the stats and stuff, but you don't need to know that to follow it, to be entirely honest. All you need to know is that sometimes I will be asking the stream ideas, and if you feel comfortable shouting ideas, that would be the time to do it. Other than that, we're gonna be walking through the story. I will be catching us up at the very start. We'll be starting probably in about like 10-12 minutes. I will give a little summary because, you know, we wrote down last session, what happened in the story? And we actually wrote down literally the last thing that happened. And because this game is so good, there's actually a rule segment that helps you how to establish the beginning of a session. I believe it's literally the move titled "Begin a Session." By the way, the game we're playing today is Ironsworn Starforged by Sean Tompkin, who is a really cool guy, and I told him I was playing this on stream, and he said he was gonna go catch the VOD, and I was like, no, please don't look at me, please, no, I wanted your attention, but not like that, so maybe he's watching this right now, I don't know. He's a really cool guy. He's a really, really, really cool guy. Just today, he was like tweeting about like, he wasn't so sure about like, he thought the book could have looked better, but as you can see from these illustrations and these layouts, this book came out amazing. This is only the reference document, by the way, but like this RPG is beautiful to look at, easy to follow, and very easy to learn the rules. And I'm like, it's just, I love this game. I really love this game. That's what we're gonna be doing in RPG. Yeah. And the best part actually is that, let me go grab ironsworn.com, is that this is the sci-fi version of Ironsworn. Is there not an ironsworn.com? Is it ironsworn.net? Oh, it's Ironsworn RPG. Okay, so the base version of this, this is the science fiction version. This is spaceships and different planets, but the base version of this game, the fantasy slash, it's more like low fantasy medieval one. This is actually free to download. You can download this is how you know that Sean Tompkin is an absolute like badass, because he made this RPG over several years, playtested it a lot, and then this guy, this absolute legend, just released it for free. You can literally just go to this page, ironswornrpg.com, and just download it. You can just literally download the entire 270-page rulebook. It's incredible. And again, I guess the saying goes that you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. As soon I bought the book, or I downloaded the book, I consumed it over like one day. That's how easy the rules are to follow. I read a whole 270-page rulebook in one sitting, and then I immediately bought the physical version, and I ordered the physical copy for the supplement, which is more about dungeoneering and stuff like that. So Ironsworn, very good. The developer, very good. And yeah. It was funny because he did a Kickstarter for Ironsworn Starforged, and he did a Kickstarter, and it was incredibly successful because people were like, "Holy crap! I love the first game. I want you to do this game." And he was getting it wrapped up at the end of that last year, and we got our physical copies because of course we backed them up on Kickstarter. Are you kidding me? But someone apparently he was posting on Twitter that a fan wanted to gift the RPG to a friend and asked Sean Tompkin if he could make that happen. And Sean was like, "Tell me where your friend lives." And then he's like, "Actually, your friend lives within driving distance." So Sean Tompkin got on his car, put a copy of the book in like a Christmas bag, and knocked on the door of this person and actually gave it to them physically. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Can you believe that? What a nice guy. Holy crap. Also, I see that the chat's going. I tagged the authors of my top 3 books of the year, mostly because one of them I know, and he put it on his story. But he replied, and I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure, yeah, I see Kendra, yeah, too much social anxiety." I know, because I'm like, I want, when you reach out to someone online, you're like, "Hello, please notice me," and then when they talk back, it's like, "Oh no, don't notice me like that," It happens. And Charles says, Max has run little campaigns with me plus other mods using elements from it, and it rocks. Yeah. Again, the tables in this game, the random tables, are just like inspiration mines, But yeah, it's been really fun. And again, over the years, I've played a lot of Ironsworn. Kitty and I did a full campaign where it was basically a shoujo anime. Kitty was in an all-girls academy. Her character was in an all-girls academy, and her character wanted to gain the affection of her senpai, and we played that campaign. We literally used the mechanics of a game intended for low magic fantasy, Viking-esque, and we used the mechanics to just do a shoujo anime, and it was so good. some of those roles got really intense. There was a role that was like, you know, I was telling Kitty because I was DMing it, and oh, by the way, this game you can actually play completely solo. You actually don't need a DM, but for that campaign I wanted to DM because it just felt more fun that way. And I was like, if the roll of this die is like a 1, a character's about to get stabbed right now, okay? And like that was the most intense dice roll of the whole campaign, because I'm like, someone's about to get stabbed right now, and it happened. It didn't happen, thankfully. Thankfully, it didn't happen, but I was so ready for it. I was so ready for, like, you know, I'm gonna roll the dice, and oh my god, yes, and the ending roll was so hardcore, because, you know, this game actually has a ruling for how the story of your character ends. You actually, you know, you follow a quest, and then you roll to see how your character's story ends following that, and it was actually like, you know, Kitty did all that she could, and there was still like a tiny itty bitty chance that she would still end up with like a failed ending, you know? Like, there was a chance in the die. I would say it was actually a 10 in 10 chance. So a 1%? I think it's a 1% chance. There was a 1% chance on the dice roll that she would get a bad ending even though she tried her hardest. And like, that's the fun part of this game, you know? It isn't like Dungeons and Dragons, where the fun is just in like leveling up your character and fighting different monsters and, you know, fighting goblins for 3 hours. This is really more about story. That's how we literally we went through, like, I would say probably like a 50 or like an hour and a half science fiction movie on the first episode. Also, yes, I'm hoping that the giant blue lobster comes back. That's a recurring antagonist, by the way. Kendra says, on reaching out to an author whose book they enjoyed, they were very nice, but my only response to thank you for reading my book is like, no, thank you for writing it, don't thank me. Also, Sidernia's here. Hi, Sidernia. What's up? Yeah, we're gonna be doing some role playing today. And no worries, Yasan. Thank you for coming in. I hope you can catch the VOD later. We're gonna go silly today. Also, I would like to remind everyone that thankfully we were able to obtain a gun last session, which I'm very, very happy about. We do in fact have a gun, so that feels good. I am relieved now that we have a gun, because, you know, fighting a giant blue lobster with just our bare hands does not sound like it doesn't sound like the way I want to go out, you know? Doesn't really like say like Blaze of Glory to me. Kendra said I was on a plane last time, so this is very fun out of context. Oh yeah. Honestly, even in context, because okay, one of the coolest things about this game is that you can actually, let me go to oracles, and we're gonna go to oracles and then creatures. You can randomly create creatures in this game, and we created a monster that showed up, you know, as soon as we crash landed into the planet, and the monster we created, you know, ended up being like a giant blue lobster. And let me just tell you, that blue lobster went hard, you know? I love that you roll things like, you know, like its behavior, and like we learned that it was like a territorial lobster, and I'm like, well, of course it's trying to kill us. This is its turf. We are the ones in the wrong here, you know? You know? Am I the asshole for, you know, crashing into a planet and invading the territory of a giant blue lobster? Turns out, yes. Yes. Lobsterreddit.com/am I the asshole? Also, this is a Lo-Fi Leah remix of a sleigh ride, which is amazing. I love that they managed to like make a lo-fi version of a Christmas song. I know it's not quite the season no more, but I like this this music, so deal with it. Kendra, it's not just like the creature of the Black Lagoon, because, you know, that's our queer icon, you know? Kitty, throw away account because I don't want the lobster to find me. Oh my god, that's so good. I love that. Okay, let me get back to oracles real quick. I closed it, I opened it, I closed it again. Let's go. I meant moves, I'm sorry. Begin a session. I just mean that the creature wasn't in his right to be mad. I see. I mean, it's true, though. It's true. You know, Lemon messed up. Lemon messed up. It's Lemon's fault. Okay, now I think 11:27 seems like a pretty good time to get started. We have a bunch of stuff to go through. Oh, but first and foremost, I have very important news, everybody. First and foremost, the number one place to support me is coffee.com/MKirin. If you support me through coffee.com/MKirin while I'm streaming, your message will be read out loud on the stream. So if you have something funny to say or you want to roast me, feel free to do that. In return, you get warm fuzzy feels, and I get nuggies. Nuggies, by the way, nuggies, which are going towards our first goal of unlocking the Yanto.exe. If we can get to 69 nugs, Yanto.exe will be installed into the stream, which means that we will have a virtual pet. There will be a virtual pet on the stream. There will be like a little animated Yanto on the stream, like a digital pet, like a Digimon or like a Tamagotchi. If we can get to 69 nugs, that Yanto will be permanently unlocked on the stream. And Kitty was telling me, it's like, oh, you should make it so that you can like plop it on top of the timer, or like or like he's walking across your writing. And I'm like, yeah, like I want it to be like those old like virtual pets you could install on your like, you know, your family's like a laptop, you know. That's the mood. That's the mood. Okay, all right. So who wants to time Alexander Sigworth out? Who wants to time him out? Who's timing him out for speaking so horribly of our one queer representation character in Torchwood? We will not have Yanto Jones slander in this chat. I mean, okay, I guess technically speaking, Jack was pan, but you know, whatever, it's fine. I will say, I have very, very mixed feelings about Torchwood, but you know, he is in fact named after Yanto Jones. That is why Yanto's name is actually Yanto Jones. Then our last names, which I will not tell you because I don't want to get doxxed live on stream. We absolutely do not talk about season 3. We do not talk about season 3. Oh my god. Or 4? I forget. We don't talk about Miracle Day and Children of Earth. We don't talk about those things. Kendra, your cat's middle name is also Jones? I love that. I love that for them. Alright, it's 11:30. I think it's as great time as any to hydrate a little, by the way. Take a chance to, you know, drink some water, you know? I'm gonna do that because I'm about to do a lot of talking in 1 minute. So let me switch over to, I'm on the writing screen. I gotta go back to the scene titled Gaze in Space, where instead of the timer, we actually have a little slideshow of the characters in our story. I actually should probably display them on the screen for people who were not here last time. So, welcome back to Gaze in Space, where we're following Lemon. Lemon is a character capable of time travel. They have been tasked with finding out what happened at Space Station SS Phantom Unicorn, which, by the way, we came up with the name for that on stream last time. So Lemon's job is to find out what happened there, why the Space Station Phantom Unicorn blow up, and as they got on their escape pod, you know, during the sabotage of the space station, they crash landed on an alien planet that is mostly ice. It is a frosty place in there, but the atmosphere is perfect for human life, and it is overflowing with creatures and monsters. Sea creatures incoming, by the way. That's where we got the giant blue lobster. Other people that crash landed in there happens to be the lead scientist for Space Station Phantom Unicorn. Here we have Claire. Claire was the lead doctor, and actually the entire reason we were, you know, on the space station, we were researching something, and we don't know what it is yet. You know, we're gonna find out as we play the game. But Claire here, it was the one in charge of everything. And again, some people may be wondering, wow, how did you come up with all this lore? We rolled it. We rolled for lore. I literally rolled dice last session. I'm like, the higher the number is, the more important Claire is to the space station. And we got a 97. So I think it was 99 actually. So literally, he's the reason we're here. we were on the space station because he was researching something. And isn't it intriguing that he survived the destruction of the space station? Among that crew is also the lead of the medical department, Trinity. Trinity is standoffish and has a sharp exterior, and yes, she does wear black lipstick because, of course, she does. Hashtag girl boss. And we when we crash landed, we immediately ran into Claire, who was being, treating us kind of like a peon, like a peasant, because, well, of course he does, because he was actually literally the one running the space station. I will say that Lemon infiltrated the base as a member of the engineering department, which are literally like second least important people on the spaceship. The least important people are the members of the maintenance unit, which are basically space janitors. One of which happens to be Joy. When we last left Joy on episode 1, he was stuck in his escape pod in an irradiated ice field that looked like Aurora Borealis. So, we're gonna have to figure out how to get him out of that. And a couple more details to point out. While our escape pod had nothing inside of it, thankfully we do have our voxel gun, which allows us to kind of build things Minecraft style, but other than that, our escape pod had nothing. Meanwhile, the escape pods for Claire and the escape pod for Trinity both had a lot of equipment. Literally, Trinity's escape pod had a gun in it, and I'm talking a ballistics gun. Laser pistols are more common in this setting in this time period, so the idea that she had like an actual ballistics weapon is weird. Again, maybe it wasn't hers. It was just in the escape pod that she got into, but you never know. The crux of this campaign, by the way, Gaze in Space, is that there's a traitor among us. Hence, the Amogus. Hence the. Can I actually like show it? Oh yeah, see, there's Amogus in the background. I felt pretty cute about doing that. In case you're wondering, no, the background hasn't always been Amogus actually. The regular background is actually just like a grid. But nonetheless, we're back to role-playing. So, we don't know what's inside of the escape pod that Joy is inside of, but we know that he's having a bad time. We're gonna have to go in and rescue him. And we tried to grow closer to Trinity last episode, but she, like, pushed us off like the cool, badass girl boss she is. It might also be due to the fact that we embarrassed ourselves in front of her, but, that's unrelated. Let's not think about that, okay? So, yeah. Claire, Trinity, Joy, and Lemon. We are the characters of Gaze in Space! And as a little quick reminder of what Lemon is capable of. You might have missed episode 1. That's funny. I love that. It's okay. I'll catch you up. So the main crux, by the way, in case you're wondering what Lemon is capable of, in this game, assets represent your character's abilities, and I made custom assets because the way that I wanted to play Lemon is that I wanted to make like a base building, like a role-playing game, something like RimWorld, like Dwarf Fortress, like Minecraft. So Lemon is capable of using a voxel gun that absorbs materials and then projects them again into the real world. Kind of basically the ability to build things out of nothingness, or out of somethingness, actually, now that I think about it. No worries, Charles. That's why I'm catching everyone up. So Lemon is going to use their base building skills to, help us build a shelter and survive in this awful wasteland. I will say, by the way, as far as we know, there are no living settlements on this planet. This planet is allegedly devoid of human settlements, but we're going to have to find out if that's true or not. That's a good question. So Raquel asks, do you play all characters yourself, or do some friends take over some characters? Sorry, really no idea about RPing. No, that's a completely fair question. And I said this on the previous part too as well, but role playing is a very complex hobby, and some systems are they're more complex than others and different than others. Ironsworn is a uniquely interesting role-playing system, and the idea that you can actually play it completely by yourself. There isn't a lot of, back and forth talking, but there is, there are tables and systems that allow you to figure out how characters react, and we use these reactions to kind of weave the story together. So to answer your question, no, I do not roleplay all characters at once. I mostly roleplay Lemon, but we roleplay how the characters react to Lemon using the dice and what chat thinks is funnier, or more or more makes Lemon more miserable. So those will be the times when I will be reaching out to the audience and be like, well, we know that Claire does not agree with what we just said. What would Claire say in this moment, kind of stuff like that. So Lemon is able to build things, and they use their base building as a way to make everyone safe, where they will be using their Master Investigator trait to find out information and question the survivors, ultimately with the plan of time looping all the way back to the space station and preventing the destruction of the space station. So this is our plot. There are actual triggers that will help us get there, in case you're wondering. We're not going to be, this isn't going to be like a D&D campaign where, it's been 5 years and we're only like level 10. That's not really how this game works. This game is completely story-based. We have actual systems for developing quest lines. Technically speaking, everything is a quest line. Currently, at this moment, I have not finished the bottom part of the character sheet, so please ignore me. Our main quest is find out what happened at the space station. Find out what happened at the space station. It's an epic rarity quest, and let me put some emojis in here. Give me the number 1 block, and I need a blank. I need white squares, please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Don't worry about what this means. This is really more for me than for anyone else. And also, I do believe that we have connections with characters. Connections. It's basically social links. Let's call them social link. Social link. And Claire, who we're going to represent using the beaker. There's no beaker. Microscope? There you go. Let's put a microscope in there. Social link Trinity, who we represent with stethoscope. And social link Joy, who we're going to represent with a broom. And at this moment, the only person with which we have made an actual link has been Claire, and I would say that we've probably filled up like half of that box. Now, don't worry, don't worry about what this means. I will explain it when we get there. But definitely Trinity, we have not filled up any of those boxes at all. Trinity, in fact, kind of like scoffed at us. So, and we haven't met Joy yet, technically speaking. So, we will get there when we get there. And this is an interesting game. Again, you could play it completely by yourself and do like journaling, or you could just play it and see what happens. This is so organized, says Moontomes. I want your Google Doc skills. Yeah, I'm a nerd for organization. Kendra says, day ? With being a mod, and I just realized I can make the chat be on the side, not under the video. Yeah. Also, honestly, like, just learning how to bring up the emoji menu on Windows has saved so much, because you gotta put emojis on things, Kendra lied on their mod resume. It's okay. Honestly, Oh my god, Kitty and I, we were playing a role-playing game yesterday, like a real, video game, and there was a quest line, and the whole time we were doing the quest line, I was like, this could have been an email. This questline could have been an email. You didn't have to make us run around town gathering these things. You could have literally just DoorDashed these things. Anyway, Kendra says, I don't stream a lot, but tend to end up a mod on all the ones I go to. It's true. Well, also it's because I trust you. That's why. Half the quests in Fire Emblem Mirage Sessions, hashtag FE, half of them could be an email for sure. Anyways, it's time for us to begin the session. Yeah, YouTube is different. Alright, so, when you begin a significant session or chapter of play, do one of the following. Do we have any flags? Flags are basically, it's a trigger system, so if people don't feel comfortable, let's say for instance that someone doesn't like spiders, and, they don't want to play a game with spiders in them because arachnophobia is a real thing, you can just flag that, and then, everyone is aware. These are called safety tools, by the way. And everyone is like, hey, we're going to make sure that there won't be spiders in this game. What I really like about this game is that it encourages people to have conversations about safety tools, and everyone is responsible for the fun at the table, as opposed to, you know, the dungeon master figures everything out, you know? People just show up, and then the dungeon master is supposed to, you know, have all the answers. When I DM'd this with Kitty, it felt really liberating to come into the table with, like, I do no prep, I don't have a game master screen, I don't have any of those things. I'm come in as the player, and my job, my duty as the game master in Ironsworn is simply to be the engine that runs the role-playing game. Oh my god, I see that. Raquel says, I have a phobia of zombies, and a lot more sci-fi content contains them, surprisingly. Oh yeah, that sucks. Actually, you know what? Let's do a safety table right now. I'm gonna put space zombies in there. Safety table. Is there any people in chat? Is there something you don't want to see in this campaign? Aside from things that I would definitely not have in there, you know, I'm keeping this relatively lighthearted, you know, but I you know, like, we're not gonna have to deal with, you know, any kind of, like, awfully messed up things, like, you know, discrimination, racism, bigotry. We're not doing those things on this stream. Not because you can't address those in games, you absolutely can, but as you can tell from the fact that this story idea is based on Among Us, I'm keeping it lighthearted and kind of silly. But I definitely, you know, if there's something you don't want to see on the stream, just, like, yell at me right now. I will put space zombies, or just zombies in general. Zombies, I will not bring zombies up. And the reason I'm writing it down is because I can see there was a universe in which I could have actually had zombies show up in this setting, but, you know, I also want people to feel comfortable. Oh yeah, pet death? Oh, for sure. No pet death. Okay, yeah. I can make that happen. I can make that happen for sure. But I want people to feel comfortable. Oh, no puking, for sure. No puking. Oh, yeah. Again, I don't think that I would make this happen, but it's good to have that reminder, you know? That's why we have, you know, we set up, you know, safety things. You know, we want people to feel included and to feel welcomed at the role-playing table. Even if I'm technically playing by myself and you're all just watching, I still want you guys to feel comfortable. So, yeah. And, you know, if anybody else, you know, if anything comes up, or if anybody is like, you know, actually, you know, I would like this to not be in the story, then you can just shout at me and I'll put it in the safety table. Okay, eyes like surround or covering an area or a character, character general phobia being watched. Okay, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. No elder eye monsters. When your own book betrays you, I know. Or eyes. I actually, by the way, Cypher/Raven, I just read a Junji Ito story that was all about that. I believe it's called, oh my god, it was something Labyrinth. I'm gonna grab the book right now. I just read a story that was literally that. Just the fear of being watched. The name of the story is Unendurable Labyrinth. I just read that last night. One of his most messed up stories is just like so like needlessly specific. Or eyes watching people. All right, there you go. And again, like, you know, there are some things that, you know, I don't feel like I have to put them on here because, you know, I'll just say this right now, you know, there's not gonna be like sexual violence in this role-playing session. I feel like, you know, I shouldn't have to say that out loud, but I think it's good that I just kind of put it on the table, you know. I mean, like, I don't even know if there will be sex in this story, so, you know, but it's also good to just, you know, just kind of come out and just, like, you know, state things clearly, you know. Communication is key to all relationships, even if, you know, even if the relationship we're sharing right now is streamer and streamy. Any hoots. Glaricite story. I haven't gotten there. I'm reading in chronological order, aside from the stories that I already read. Oh man, a viewer. Oh yeah, viewer. Hey, user with long Russian name. It's nice to see you again. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read Russian. Yeah, poor Kendra. Yeah, as a horror author, yeah, not being able to write puking definitely sounds like a hard time. All right. So where was I? Yes. So we have set the flags. Review or recap what happened last session, which we kind of already did. Last session, you know, Lemon crash landed on the planet. They met they met up with the leader of the space station, the research scientist Dr. Claire, the leader of the medical division Trinity, and as they were walking towards another one of the escape pods, we saw that the person inside the escape pod, or the escape pod itself, was in the middle of an ice field that it was irradiated. And we knew this was the case because our suits was telling us to, and also because there was a kind of prismatic-like fog hanging just above the ice floor, looking a little bit like Aurora Borealis but on the ground. And we left the story right there, as we had a little bit of a point of view shot of Joy sitting inside of the escape pod, being very, very scared. And set the scene by envisioning your character's current situation. So, I don't know what's happening right now, so let's roll on this table. Let's do the first roll and see, what we should be thinking about. So let me just roll a d100. The number is 70 on the dot. 70 on the dot means key location is made unsafe or becomes mired in conflict. Oh baby. Oh baby. Okay. A part of me is like, would it be silly if the blue lobster showed up right now? Probably that would be a little silly, wouldn't it? Key location is made unsafe or becomes mired in conflict. So a monster showing up would make the most sense. But let me see what I have on the oracles real quick. You know what? Give me an action and theme. Because sometimes when you're not sure what should happen next, you can also just roll on these like general thematic tables. I mean, like, we're already going into an irradiated zone, but thankfully, see, here's the thing. I don't think that's that big of a deal because we're wearing spacesuits, and spacesuits are literally made to, block off the radiation of the darkness of space. So I'm not super worried about that. So I definitely think that making it worse would make things a lot more fun. So I'm gonna roll for action. The action is the lobster mean? No, the lobster is actually, I think well, from its point of view, I think the lobster is doing what it thinks it's right. It just so happens to be that we're in its turf. 79 says resist. Something is being resisted. Resist, and the theme is resist. 46. 46 is resisting hope. Resisting hope. Now, I think that the best course of action would be to make this scene even worse. So let's establish the scene, okay? So we're cutting back, in media res. Lemon, Trinity, and Dr. Claire are both standing, in a line, looking at this enormous field of ice. There's been like snow and ground and like frosty ground before, but this is a field of ice. And again, we came here because we were looking for another of the survivors. Several of the escape pods managed to land on the planet, and so far Lemon managed to stumble upon Dr. Claire and Trinity, and there's I would say a football field away, 50 yards away, there is a escape pod in the middle of this ice field. And again, there's this prismatic, pastel rainbowy kind of fog lingering around the ice floor. Our suits immediately tell us that the radiation in this area is like going out. It's just going up. This is a dangerous place to be. Now, I haven't talked about where everyone's helmets are, because I assume we took them off to do the movie thing where you can actually see our faces, but I'm gonna assume that we can always just reach into our back pockets and pull out the helmets. I know this is a little silly, but I don't want to have to deal with the inventory management of carrying a helmet under your arm at all times. This is not that kind of role-playing game for me. You could play it that way. I'm not gonna play it that way, The inventory, it's like a video game inventory. We can just pull things out. We have a helmet, and I feel like we could just snap the helmets on and just walk towards there and be relatively safe. That is why we have to resist. Yes, Kitty's so right. The helmets are on, but they're hidden for cutscenes. That is so true. That is absolutely what it is. We went into the settings and we checked the box that was like hide helmets during cutscenes. That is absolutely what's happening. Oh my god, Kitty. You're so funny. Do you know that? You're so funny. You're incredible. Oh my god. See, that I get all my good ideas from her. I just steal them. So it is at this moment where Lemon and the other three are putting their helmets on to run into the ice field that, they take a couple steps forward, of course, strangely enough, can you believe that Claire and Trinity are letting Lemon take the first step? Because, we don't have no knowing how thick this ice is or how safe it might be. And it is at this moment where, Lemon takes, like, the first step on the ice, and again, their suit is telling them, this shit is irradiated to all hell, you don't want to be here for long. And they take a couple, their thick-booted feet, step on the ice, and you hear that the sound of the surface of the ice perfectly smooth, almost clanking against the boot. And we take a couple of steps, and we feel under our feet a little crack. This ice, see, we have to resist giving in to despair, because this ice that we're standing on is thin as heck. And as soon as Lemon realizes that, they look up, they hear a larger crack, and the escape pod that's in the middle of this field is slowly beginning to sink. And now it's time to get real serious. So at this point, I think that Lemon needs every survival that they can find. They need them to ask them questions to find out what happened at the space station. Lemon is inherently biased. They want to find out what happened at the space station. I think that Lemon just starts running. So my goal right now, I want Lemon to run towards the escape pod and try to crack it open as soon as possible. So it's time to do a little something called Facing Danger. The mechanics in this game are all move-based, which means that they activate when you do a thing. It isn't like Dungeons and Dragons where, like, when combat begins, everybody, like, rolls dice and then the actual game starts, right? In this game, the story is always happening. You roll dice whenever you do a thing that activates a move. In this case, Face Danger is when you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat, such as we're doing right now. So you envision your action and then you roll. So H is the stat for speed. We're gonna run as fast as we can. So we're gonna roll a die, and we're gonna roll a d6 and add 2 to it. If the d6 beats the other dice, we do good, and if it doesn't, we're in a world of hurt. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. The 6 beats the 3, but it doesn't beat the 7. That means that we scored a weak hit. On a weak hit, you succeed, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move and suffer -1. So I think this is a really easy one for me. So the way that I envision this is that Lemon just starts running. Lemon just starts running towards the escape pod, and underneath them, they can hear the ice that they're leaving behind cracking. Like it's like a platform game, and it's like the kind of platform. It's Mega Man, okay? It's Mega Man, and Lemon is running across these platforms, and they're falling just as they're leaving them behind. And Lemon is running, and they make it. They run those 50 yards. And I envision that we do like a wide camera shot, like in the movies, and like you can see that Trinity and, you know what, actually? I shouldn't be the one who tells us what Trinity and Claire are doing. I'm gonna roll dice for them. I'm gonna roll dice to see how brave are them. I'm gonna roll a die, and it's from 1 to 100, and the higher the number is, the more brave that Claire and Trinity are being right now, okay? So if it's like 100, they're running behind me. They're following. They're charging in here like brave heroes. If it's a 1, they did not move. They're standing outside. So let's roll. Ooh, 40. I think right down the middle, I think they didn't go into the ice field. I think Claire and Trinity are kind of going around the ice field, trying to figure something out. But, they're not standing still. They're not cowards, but they're definitely not charging in. They don't have a death wish. Unlike Lemon, ? And the game tells us that we succeed, but we have to suffer a cost. So our character has health, spirit, supply, and momentum. Momentum represents how good the plot is going for our character. I think that with Lemon literally being in an ice field that is about to crumble into frozen icy water, we lose more momentum, for sure. Momentum is really important for Lemon, especially because Lemon is able to rewind time up to like 2 or 3 seconds, but we're not going to be doing that right now. So, having gotten there, I'm envisioning that Lemon, again, this roll was to see if Lemon could make it across the ice field as fast as possible, and they succeeded in that. So I envisioned that Lemon, I love the ice skating. Yes, Lemon makes it to the skate pod, and we see like Lemon's like yellow suited fist just like slam the release button of the skate pod, and they hit it once, and they feel resistance. They see that the button has like frosted over, hence why Joey couldn't have come out. The button had frozen over. They smack it again and again, and the button finally releases, and the skate pod, which is shaped like a tube, opens up upwards. You can literally be Yuri on ice. It's true. Well, yeah. I mean, Lemon is pretty femme, but yeah, they're nonetheless still non-binary. We need another femme in the group, honestly. So I wanted to say this, that we might actually be rolling a new character today. If we stumble upon another skate pod, we would be creating a completely new character for the story. We definitely need a bigger cast, so, So, where was I? So, we hit the button, and now, I'm gonna say that, well, how, you know what? Let's roll, actually. I actually, every time that I'm like, do I just assume something? I like to just roll dice instead and just let the story be dictated by that. So I'm gonna roll dice to see how well is Joey doing. Joey was inside of that skate pod and he was terrified earlier. The higher the number, the better he's doing. So if we get a 1, he's like passed out. 81, he's doing good, actually. So as soon as the skate pod opens, I envision that, he has his helmet on, his orange helmet as a member of the maintenance division, and Lemon, like, holds their hand out, and Joey catches it, And Lemon pulls Joey out of the skate pod, and the way that we came, the ice is, like, collapsing, and you can see, as we mentioned last time, the ice falls into this, like, dark blue pool. When we rolled for this planet, we learned that this planet is actually a bunch of it. The ice is a thick layer of ice right above a liquid ocean. So it isn't just frozen solid. There's actually like creatures down there, hence, the blue lobster. So these chunks of ice, all crackled and like shattered, are sinking into this dark, dark blue sea. And Lemon immediately catches that Trinity and Claire are running along the circumference of the ice field, attempting to kind of like meet us on the other side. So with our path forward completely shot, I think that it makes sense for Lemon and for Joy to attempt to run together in the opposite direction, clear the ice field, and try to get to safety. Now, my question here, we rolled an 80-something, so I think, I was 87, so I think Joy is in a good position to run. I don't think we have to carry him. So, I don't think that he is gonna be affecting our next roll. It's definitely, we're still facing danger. We don't have, I don't feel like we have the upper hand in the situation. We're definitely still dealing with the repercussions of the ice field around us. So let's roll face danger again. And this time I think we'll once again be running across the ice field. Unless, is there another way of doing this? You know what? Now that we have Joy with us, I do think that, now, I don't think we have a lot of time. I definitely don't think we have a lot of time. Because again, I mentioned that the escape pod was sinking. Lemon pulled Joy out of the escape pod. We don't have time. Okay, no, never mind. I've changed my mind. Because I was gonna say that Lemon could use their voxel gun to, like, reinforce the ice as they were running, but we established that the escape pod is sinking. It would be in bad faith for me to be like, oh, Lemon would totally have enough time to, deconstruct the escape pod and use it to build something. No, they don't have time. We're running. It's absolutely running. So we're adding +2 to this roll. It's a 6, baby! So 6 + 2 becomes 8. The 8 defeats the 3 and the 4. That is what we call a strong hit, baby. So on a strong hit, you're successful, take +1 momentum. Let's go. So let's envision what this looks like, okay? So the way that I want this to look is that, again, Lemon pulled Joy out of the escape pod, and again, Joy already has his helmet on, and, even though he was, like, emotionally distraught in the previous episode, he had been locked inside the escape pod, upon seeing someone, being there for him, he feels revitalized. And, without saying anything, I think that he makes the connection that Lemon and him have to run across the field over to where the other people are. So they start running, and right, because it's two people running side by side, the ice is breaking up closer, sooner than it was before, and we have like this disaster movie moment as like the ice behind them is crumbling and crashing into the dark blue waters, just as they're able to make it out of the ice field. Lemon and Joy make it to the edge. They fall on their knees on soil that is just like packed snow, not ice like that chunk over there, and they're on the ground catching their breath. And I think that this is a perfect chance, having just saved him, I think that this is a great chance to make a connection with Joy. Let me just go find that move, if I could just find that. Connection! Make a connection! When you search out a new relationship or give focus to an existing relationship, roll plus heart. So, having just, Lemon and Joy are catching their breath on the snow, and Lemon is gonna look up to Joy and say something to the extent of like, nice to meet you. Sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances, but the name's Lemon. So we roll plus heart, which is another 2 as well. So let's roll that dice. Plus 2. 6 plus 2. Oh my god. Okay, so 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 beats the 4 and the 2. That's a strong hit. Of course that's the strong hit. Finally, we are making a friend here. So, on a strong hit, you make a connection, give them a roll and a rank, and whenever this connection aids us, we get to basically get better rolls. So, let me actually make that on the... So, with Joy, I'm gonna say that is definitely... You know what? Give me a check mark there. There you go. Saved him from the ice field. So, once again, Lemon being a little bit of a goof, they're still catching their breath and they hold their hand out to Joy, and it's like, nice to meet you, the name's Lemon. And again, we know this because we rolled the character together. Joey doesn't actually go by Joey. He dislikes his birth name. He goes by Joey. So he kind of, he takes Lemon's hand. Once again, it's almost as though it's theming. He takes Lemon's hand and he has a nice little subtle smile. Because again, he looks a little bit like, he looks like a sad anime boy, He looks like he's had a bad time. We know, as the players and the people who created his story, we know that he has a dark past and he's hiding it. But, as the players, we don't know that. But we know that he has a little subtle smile and his eyes brighten a little and he shakes her hand and says, "The name's Joey. Thank you for helping me back there." And having forged a brand new good link with a person at last, I think it's time for everyone to kind of like round up. So I imagine that at this point, Claire and Trinity managed to catch up with us on the other side of the ice field. And I want to get a really quick dice roll to see how... I'm going to roll once for each. So how does Trinity feel about Joy? 14? God, Ice Queen over here. Well, she's just treating him like a worker. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to say that, after we shake hands and we have that nice, lovely exchange, I'm going to say that Trinity says something to the extent of, like, she kind of, like, goes, "A member of the maintenance division? Really?" And she kind of, like, sighs, and she's like, "Wow, if only we could have gotten, like, a better person." Which is messed up, but that's what the dice say. Now, what does Claire say? Jesus Christ, these two are just mean. So, we have established before that Claire treats us like we're just a member of the crew, because, I mean, we are. But, I'm gonna say, girl, clean up your own biohazards then. Oh my god. I know, it's so bad. So mean, everyone is so mean. So, the way that I envision this happening, is that, because it was such a low roll, that instead of asking him how he is, I'm gonna say that Dr. Claire says, "Did you get anything out of your escape pod, or just, what did your escape pod have anything?" And I'm gonna assume someone tell Trinity and Claire that the planet is icy enough already. It's so true. I don't know. Do you guys think, should Lemon actually, like, confront how mean they're both being? We could. Okay, I want people in chat tell me, should Lemon confront how mean everyone is being? Because, yeah, Claire literally just asked Joy, is like, did you get something out of your escape pod, or are you just, another mouth to feed with nothing to, to bring into the group? Also, while you decide whether, if Lemon should confront Claire and Trinity, I'm gonna roll to see, if... Cypher says, yes, confrontation! I'm gonna just roll the dice real quick. I wanna see, did Joy actually get anything out of the escape pod? I'm gonna assume no, but let's see what the dice say. Oh, that's the wrong dice, sorry. Okay, so that's a 79. I don't think he could have been carrying much, so I'm gonna assume that whatever he has with him, and he has something, he's keeping it secret. So let me just write in here that Joy has something from the pod, but he's keeping it secret. And Moontums and Cypher want Lemon to do some conflict today. So let's actually go over to social moves real quick. Although I guess would it be compel? When you search for clues, conduct an investigation, analyze evidence, or research. Okay, we're definitely not doing that. I think, as anyone here would agree, confrontation is definitely facing danger. Yeah, it's so true. So there you're so right. Folks might be stressed, but being rude won't improve team spirit. Sometimes you just gotta call your coworkers out or something. It's so true though. So you know what? I think that definitely for sure, Lemon, having just survived, it's gonna, they stand up and, they stand tall and they're gonna address Trinity and Claire, to be like, and I envision that Lemon says something to the extent, I'm actually gonna steal what Sidonia said, It's like, sure. You know what? I feel like Lemon would be like a little bit of a memer. It's like, sure, we're stranded in a nice planet, but that doesn't mean we can't be civilized anymore, this, or like someone said earlier, this planet is already cold enough without the two of you. I think that was Moontums. It was Moontums. So that's gonna be facing danger with heart. So we add a 2 on this roll. 6 plus 2 is 8, and the 8 beats the 1 and the 7. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, guys, someone's gonna die today. One of our characters is gonna die because we're getting too many good rolls. I'm sorry. Listen, I know how role-playing games work, okay? You do good, and then you do really, really bad. So a character's dying today. I'm not saying I'm gonna kill someone, but with dice rolls like this. So once again, on a strong hit, we are successful and we take +1 momentum. So again, Lemon is like, this planet is already cold enough without the two of you. And I think, especially Claire, I think Claire definitely feels more called out. Because Claire, he has that little bit of like leader complex, he feels like he has to be the one in charge, in part because he's been in charge probably his whole life. So I feel like, Claire has that he has that like, hurt look on his face of like, damn, you're right, I definitely messed up, I'm the leader of this, I'm clearly the leader of this group, I'm clearly the main character, I shouldn't be, focusing on getting supplies out of the escape pod, when lives are more important than that. So I envision that Claire, he doesn't externalize this, he will not externalize this, but he definitely, he looks at Lemon, and he says something to the extent of like, oh, fair enough. Sorry, young man. Here, let me give you a hand. And he actually offers him a hand and helps Joy back to his feet. Meanwhile, Trinity, honestly, I need to know. Let me just roll real quick. How badly does Trinity react? Because I feel like Trinity might be the one who doesn't argue back because we succeeded, but they definitely are not happy. So let's see. The higher the number, the worse it is. Okay, the 36. Okay, so they're not pleased. But I think that they recognize they got called out. I feel like Trinity has a similar realization to Claire, but instead of being like, oh, you're right, all life is valuable. I shouldn't be thinking only in terms of my survival. We do be living in a society. Instead, I think that Trinity internally should think something to the extent of, well, the members of the maintenance crew are really useful, you know. You shouldn't be looking, you know, a gift horse in the mouth, you know. So she doesn't like say anything. I don't think that she's the kind of person who would be like, oh, gee, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. She's definitely just kind of like scuffs and like turns around and does, you know, like her way of dealing with stress is just immediately going into work. So like she's immediately like, she probably pulls out like some sort of like pocket computer and is like trying to figure out, you know, she rolls her eyes for sure. And she's like, instead of like facing her guilt, she's immediately like pulling out her computer and she's like, okay, where's the other nearest escape pod? You know, immediately disconnecting. That's how she deals with stress. Let me write that down, actually. I actually like that. Deals with stress by girl bossing. And I think that because we have managed to show them a little bit, you know, what being a good person means, we're actually gonna level this up a little bit. Oh my god, that's so true, Moontomes. Time to Sailor Mercury her way out of this. It's true. I'm gonna get away from this social interaction by just being productive. And even though we didn't formally, Sean Tompkin, if you're watching this, please forgive me for breaking the rules. I do think even though we didn't forge a link properly with the Trinity, we have spent enough time together and we have proven ourselves to her to the point that, you know, we are building a little bit of a social link. So now, we have managed to save Joey, who goes by Joey. Joey has something. He pulled something out of his escape pod, but we don't know what it is just yet. It is definitely something, but it's something small. I don't know if it's a firearm. I don't know if it's like, you know, a mechanical component. I don't know. The only things that we know for sure is that his escape pod has just sunk into the dark blue sea, and Trinity is currently trying to find us another place to go. So now I think it's a great time, if any. I think that there's another escape pod nearby for sure. What you got there? A knife? No, it's so true. Yo, honestly, okay, you know what? This is what I love the ideas. You know what? Is it a knife? Is it a knife? If I knew how to write today. Honestly, I don't know how I wrote so much yesterday. So the next thing, I think what I want to do right now is that I want to go over to, I want to have a unique feature on this planet. Right? Because the next escape pod landed near a landmark. Let's just say that, right? So instead of just rolling on the ice planet, which we have done a lot of ice planet stuff, I'm gonna see if I can incorporate a landmark of a different planet on this planet, okay? So first let's roll for what planet it is. It's gonna be a feature from a planet from a furnace world. Okay, I hope this does not look incredibly silly. And the feature is... Please, no lava. 85. Steaming mudfalls. Okay, well, we're definitely... It's not gonna be mudfalls. So the way that I'm picturing it that Trinity, you know, she has like her little pocket computer, you know, Sailor Mercury style. Kitty says in chat should have spent more money and get soup for lunch, lol. Like, who do you think you're asking? Of course they're gonna hit you with the yes on soup. Let me just, you know, soup? Oh, is there no soup emoji? Are you kidding me? What about noodles? Noodles? No? Ramen? There you go. I hate how every platform has different names for all of the emoji. Oh my god. And like I'm so used to like the names of emoji on Windows that I'm just like, I was typing the name of like soup and it was like, sorry, there's no emoji for soup, even though, you know, some people call it, you know, the ramen is also listed under soup on Windows. Ugh. Anyways, there is one emoji that just gets me super bad, and it's the emoji for is it under Triumph? It's not under Triumph. It's Steam. God damn it. Okay, so the emoji that I'm talking about, I love this emoji because it's the emoji for Triumph. It's this one. I love this emoji, okay? It's the person with the little, like, steam coming out of the nostrils. This emoji is called something else on every platform. I know it as Triumph. On Apple, it's called, like face with steam coming out of nostrils. And apparently on Google/YouTube, you can't even find it. It's so weird. But anyways, yeah, so Kitty's gonna go spend more money on soup, which honestly, super fair. Speaking of money, the number one place to support me is by going to, coffee.com/MKirin, and you're able to donate on the stream, and you can have your message read on stream. By the way, if you send a message that's related to role-playing, we might immediately include it to the storyline. You get warm fuzzy feels additionally, and you get and I get nuggies, which are currently going towards unlocking yanto.exe for the stream. Anyways, my manager says that I have to talk about the stream, so, you know, there you go. Anyways, so, we got steaming mud piles or something like that. So the way that I want to picture this is that, you know, Trinity has like her little personal computer, you know, and I'm envisioning like a really, really chunky like iPhone. Oh, really? So there it says, it appears to be face with steam from nose on YouTube. Interesting. That's interesting. I was chatting with someone yesterday, and I used the sweat drops emoji, and apparently on their platform it got read as falling seats emoji. And I was laughing. I was losing my mind. Falling seats emoji. By the way, the emoji I'm talking about is this one. Sweat? Yeah, there you go. It's under. It's literally called sweat drops here, by the way. Yeah. That emoji, according to their platform, that emoji was falling seats. I don't know whose seats look like that. Actually, how about we just stop talking about this bit? Anyways, so by the way, we've been the role playing has been going on for like 40 minutes, so feel free to stretch your limbs. You know, what's the matter? Huh? What? Did I say something weird? Huh? What's the matter? Did I say something? What's the matter? Did I say something out of character? Did I say something weird? Did I say something uncouth? Did I say something? Was this humor a little bit blue? Was that a little bit blue? Huh? Anyways, so yeah, no more. I love Kendra having trouble typing. It's great. There are clips, by the way. Isn't there like a button for clipping things? You can clip like the last 5 minutes of a stream. I was watching someone stream and something funny happened, and I tried to clip it, but I didn't have time. Anyways, so Trinity has her little chunky smartphone, and she's like, you know, like moving it side to side, and the little radar on it like points like some sort of like signal. Chibi Max can't hurt you. Chibi Max like, hey, what's up? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't hear you. I'm stuck on this other side of the screen. For now. Anyways, should we make it like a stream goal that I spend the whole stream as the gremlin? Would that be fun? Stream goal? 100 nuggies. Max does the whole stream like this in gremlin mode. Honestly, I don't get to show this face or this face. I don't get to show them anywhere near as much. It doesn't really like hurt my voice. It's kind of funny because like, oh crap, wrong face. It's kind of funny because like, you know, I have a character who kind of sounds like this, and I wrote the whole book in this voice. So I think I could do this for like, you know, I could do this at least for 3 hours. But anyways, oh man, the change feels so good. The change feels so good. Oh, let's go. Hold up. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Their platform, that emoji was falling seats. I don't know whose seats look like that. Actually, how about we just stop talking about this bit? Anyways, so thank you, Charles. Thank you for the clip. Charles, give yourself like 500 max points just for going through the work of clipping that. That's so good. Blessed, absolutely blessed. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So, it's been like 10 minutes just to get to these like frozen geysers. So the way that I'm picturing is because, again, this planet is called Ivory Forest, and it's named that after its own So Alex asks, is anyone keeping tally of who has how many max points? I'm kind of keeping it in my head. Also, I'm like hoping that people never like, call me out on it. I think Sodernia has like 210, and I only know that because Sodernia like brought it up yesterday, I think. I don't know how Sodernia got 10 points, but you know what? It's fine, I keep wanting to make the joke like 10 points for Gryffindor, but that's canceled, so we don't talk like that no more. Anyways, yeah, Sodernia, I also don't remember how I got the 10 points. Well, now you do, The more something gets brought up, the more it just becomes lore. So from now on, you just have those 10 points, like, like when you buy points for like Fortnite or like old Xbox, where like you will never be able to spend those 10 points. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, sometimes you get 10, sometimes you get 100. Like with dice, it's true. It's true. You know what? Also, you know what? Just because everyone is being so nice, let's go. Everyone in chat, give yourself 43 max points. So now you have 253, by the way. Yeah, everybody in chat, just give yourself 43 max points. Why not? Honestly, like, I hope someone goes through the trouble of, like, setting up a website that just tracks this, because that would be hilarious. It's like with gacha game microtransactions, where you always have a little left over. That's what I was talking about. That's a more current reference that kids nowadays will understand. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like gacha, for sure. Maybe you will pull your 5-star, holographic, Gremlin Maxi. It's holiday Christmas 5-star Maxi. It's like me, but like with a little Christmas outfit. Kendra, how am I supposed to track both my max points and my doubloons? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Well, do a spreadsheet. Honestly, I might actually do that. I might actually. Is that too much work? Yes. But it's also fun. Honestly, I might do that. I might do that mostly because now my brain, a part of my mental RAM is now taken up by the fact that I gotta remember that Sodernia has 253 points. I can feel it. I can feel it taking space in my mental RAM. It's like, Max, you gotta remember that Sodernia has 253 points, right? You gotta remember. Yeah, no, I'm partially memeing, but I'm also like, that's how my brain works. Kitty, I walk back to this. What did you do to yourself? LOL. What didn't I do to myself? Also, what soup did you get? The whole chat wants to know. In fact, we've been waiting with bated breath. Just excited to know what soup you got. Was it tomcat soup? I'm ready. I'm already typing coconut on the stream. Let's go! It was in fact the tomcat soup. Let's go, coconut time. Kendra? Oh. If there was ever a moment where I wanted to take away your mod rights, it was this moment. Kendra said BRB gotta mint my max points into the max NFT. All right. Can I please say what Trinity saw in the distance, please? Thank you. By the way, I'm just memeing. By the way, I'm just memeing. I'm not actually mad. Again, I love you guys. I just love chatting with you guys, especially because like part of this stream is just me and my friends just chatting. Kendra has been placing timeout for 300 seconds. It's true. Also, can I just say, I love the idea that as soon as you got any max points, you got 43 max points, and you're like, I gotta mint those right now. These are gonna only go down in value. I gotta just mint these right now. Yo, let's go. Kitty's gonna go get soup. Tomcat soup, by the way, based. That's definitely one of the MLGest. That's a joke that it's only for me. Tomcat soup, one of the goatiest soups, by the way. Anyways, so Trinity has her device. The device points at the distance. In the distance, there is a pillar of ice from which smoke, like hot steam, is emerging out of. And it isn't so much that the steam is hot; it's just that this place is so cold that any kind of warmth being expelled by the ocean underneath the layers of ice appears quite evidently. Now, this planet is called Ivory Forest, as a viewer in the chat decided to call it, and it's called so because the planet has a main feature of a giant ice volcano. Now, an ice volcano is not like a regular volcano. It's actually water being frozen on top of one another as waves crash into a frozen object that eventually forms a large volcano. Now, the specific volcano of Ivory Forest is a large series of frozen white spears that form this enormous kind of tower of ivory, hence the name of the planet. Now, for anyone watching the VOD who didn't watch part 1, you may be thinking, wow, Max, how long did you spend coming up with this lore? Again, we rolled for it. A person in chat was like, call the planet Ivory Forest, and I was like, that's a cool name. And then when we learned they had ice volcanoes, I was like, how about we weave those together? Anyways, so in the distance, there's a smaller ice volcano. A kind of structure, I'm gonna say about 20 feet, looking like basically like a spear, from the tip of which, shooting off with hot steam. And again, it isn't that it's super hot, it's just the heat that being expelled by the ocean underneath the ice layers that just kind of appears because everything's so frozen over here. So, I think that since there appears to be a escape pod near there, as a group, we're going to march there and see what's going on over there. And once we get there, we will most likely randomly generate a character together, so get excited for that. I'm going to be needing a lot of ideas, so get ready for that. Let me just grab a quick sip of my Vtuber, and then we'll get there. Now, what I'm envisioning, there's 4 of us. Lemon has a voxel gun. I don't assume that traversing our way to that area is particularly hard. Let me actually roll real quick. So, how far away is this structure? I'm going to roll the D100. The bigger the number, the bigger the distance. 30. Okay, it's not that far away. I'm going to say, thankfully, again, if it had been a 100, it would have been like, oh, we're going to have to, like, camp. We're going to have to, like, actually camp and, like, worry about food and stuff. But since it's literally, it doesn't even take an hour of walking. I'm gonna assume that it's probably like a couple miles distance. Again, the average walking speed is 1 mile every 20 minutes. I'm gonna assume that we walked for 40 minutes, 2 miles. So we walked through miles through the snow. Trinity leading the group, Dr. Claire in the middle, and Lemon and Joy bringing in the rear. And as Trinity's leading us, with her smartphone in hand, we have a long time of silence. I'm going to say that probably the first, let's say, 15 minutes is just completely in silence, I feel like our protagonist, especially Lemon, has that air of being on a road trip, where you're looking around and everything is brand new. Though, of course, there is that sharp edge that, this is, in fact, a volatile, unfriendly planet. And, as we can see, as far as we can see in the distance, there's just like mountains of snow, pillars of ice as far as the eye can see, and we're navigating ourselves currently towards one pillar of ice where allegedly there is a escape pod there. Now, we have 40 minutes of walking. Of course, we could roll for a journey, but again, I'm not a big fan of rolling for journeys except if it's like the main thing, and I definitely don't want to do that. So instead, I do think that since Lemon and Joy are walking together, I would love to actually spend some time with Joy. I would like to get everyone to, open up. So let me see what Compel does. Compel is when you search for clues, conduct an investigation, analyze evidence, or do research. Are there moves for connection, develop your relationship? I'm not super sure about that. Expedition, combat, we're not doing combat. We're not sojourning. Okay, so in that case, again, not everything has to be a move. That's another thing about this game. Just because we roll dice in a role-playing game doesn't mean we have to roll for everything. I'm gonna assume, we analyze our fictional positioning. The fictional positioning is your character's position in the fiction. For instance, last time, fighting the giant blue lobster would have been really impossible. But now that we have an actual gun, I would say that fighting that lobster is not as hard as it was before. And this is important for dice rolls, by the way. You have to look at your character's position in the fiction, right? And I think because Lemon just saved Joy, Oh, hey, Igor. My day's going pretty well. How about yourself? Mm. We are playing role-playing games today. So because Lemon just saved Joy, and because they had a nice conversation, they formed a bond together. Joy is literally the the person with which we are the biggest friend right now. I think that they have no trouble communicating and chatting while they're walking. And again, I said that we have probably like 40 minutes of walking from here to the closest ice tower geyser thingy. So I think that we should take a moment and see what we learned from just talking with him. Now, I think, I know it would be really nice, actually. I actually forgot to roll this position, but that's fine. So I think that we should roll to see what we learn. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we should roll to see what we have learned about him now that we have chatted with him for a little bit. So we have a whole table called the revealed character aspect that basically gives you more information about them. So, and again, you usually don't roll this until you interact with a character. So, we could get things such as they're quirky, they're rebellious, they're honorable, they are infamous. So let's roll in the oracle table. What do we learn about Joy after chatting with him along the way? We learned that he has some tea. 74. Relaxed. Interesting. So, the way that I want to read this. Yo, hell yeah, Charles, let's go. So the way that I want to read this is that even though we're literally out here in an abandoned planet that's frozen over and there's monsters and he literally just survived the brush with death, he's actually quite relaxed, which seems shady to me. Charles says, listen, this may be the trans boy enemy, but I love Joy. Joy's very good. That's why I'm excited for him to be the traitor. So quite and again, see, here's the thing I love about this game, okay? We don't know who the traitor is. I don't know. I don't want to give you the impression that we're going to show up on like episode like 15 and it's going to be like, and then the traitor was blank. And then I'm like, yes, I was planning this all along. No, this is all happening live right now. I'm rolling dice, you're seeing the results, I'm telling you my thought process. So what I love about this, and especially I love doing this in role-playing games, where you state at the table, this character has an evil plan to ruin all of you. And then you watch players who are really good, trying to figure out how to interact with the character in a way that makes sense for their character, even though as players they know that something bad's happening. So right now, we're all players in this campaign, and we all know that any of these characters can be the traitor. So now simple things like Joy being relaxed, we read those with suspicion, right? Just the same way that like Claire's drop pod being full of supplies and Claire surviving seems incredibly suspicious. Trinity having a gun in her escape pod seems incredibly suspicious, and Joy literally being, even though they just almost died. He almost just died. He almost died. He's quite chill. I almost envision that he's like walking like leisurely. He's not like, crunching on the ice trying to grab, get his footing right, and he's trying to make sure to keep pace. He's just like following the group. And Cyber says, Raven says the traitor is the giant blue lobster. Oh my god. It could be possible. I said that, Lemon could be the traitor and we don't know that. Again, we're gonna figure that out with dice rolls, But I like the idea that we rewind back in time and in the generator of the space station is just the blue lobster holding a gun. The blue lobster has like a mustache and like a fedora hat, and it's just like, oh yes, we meet again, Lemon, yes. I knew you would find me here when you rewind in time. Certainly you would like to know about my complex motives. And then they shoot Lemon in the chest and we never find out why that happened. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna say that sequence we just imagined, that was happening in Lemon's head as they were walking alongside Joy. Blue, yes. Oh yes, it's me, the blue lobster, yes. You may be wondering how I managed to learn to speak, and how I have this time-traveling device here in my pocket. Well, Let me tell you all about it. To be continued in the next season. And then we learn how the Blue Lobster was secretly the good guy all along and was actually doing all of this to prevent a universe collapsing apocalypse. Anyways, foreshadowing out of the way. We walk for a long time, and what do we chat about with Joey? Or Joey, I guess. I think that Lemon is just doing small talk. Again, Lemon isn't immediately going into master investigator mode. Lemon is not going to start asking. It's like, so where were you, when the power generator of the space station shut down? Instead, I think Lemon is just, doing a little bit of bonding, chatting with Joy. Now, is there a table here for where people are from? Because it would be kind of cool to learn some more, actually. I don't think so. I would have to look more in depth here, unless I swear there's a table that is just profession. And I want to see Ohio. How dare you, Kendra? Do we make Joey be literally from the sci-fi equivalent of Joey? He came from the planet Ohio where all they do is just grow corn. This planet exists solely for the production of corn-related products. Is that funny enough? Is that funny? Because I know that Kendra is partially mean, but it's also Kendra being well, all trans boys are from the Midwest, so... Oh, that felt good. That felt a little bit like a... That felt a little bit like a call-out. Alright, you know what? This is funny enough that I'm putting it on the story. I'm not even gonna roll. Learned that Joy is from a... chat, please, can I have a word for... can I have a word for a planet where you grow food other than just, a food a farm planet, please? Kendra has self-banned for the next 30 seconds. A name for the type of planet where they only grow food. I need a name for the kind of planet where they only grow food. Agricultural? Okay. You know what? It reminds me of the board game Agricola. From an Agricola planet. You know what? Agricola planet. Oh, wait, hold up. Is he from a planet, or do we make him okay, it's fine. I wanted to make him one of those Halo/Gundam space stations that are just a big hoop, and all they do is just grow corn around a star, but that's a little bit too in depth for now. So we learned that Joy's from an Agricola planet. And I think, yo, Kitty's back with the soup hype. Let's go. Ferraria. I don't know about the category, but I definitely like Ferraria. The corn planet TM. All the corn in this galaxy comes from this one planet. I do kind of like that. See, the reason why I like this is because later on when we pull out rations, they're gonna be corn-based rations from planets Ferraria. It's gonna be corn tortillas and cornbread. I like Kitty's Illinois. Is Ohio known for corn? Is Ohio known for corn? Ohio is a leading producer in corn. Okay, that's good to know. For a hot second, I thought that I was being disrespectful to Ohio. Yeah, I like Alexander's point. Grown with artificial sunlight under biomes. Oh, really? Kendra's reading a book where all the rations are bred? That's interesting. Oh, man. That sounds like a really cool book. It sounds like a really cool book by a really cool person. I feel seen as a trans boy from Iowa. That's right. Get wrecked. It's true. Callouts. Corn and toast for the Ohio. Oh my god. Ferraria is a good name, but I also like calling it Ohio. Trans boys, trans mask salute in chat. Oh, let's go. Oh man, now I know Chad wants to protect Joy with all their life, and honestly, I respect that. Again, I have no power over the dice rolls. I'm not the dungeon master here, okay? if something happens to Joy, people from the future, please feel free to clip this out of context. If something bad happens to Joy, I want you to know that it wasn't my fault. And I paused there so whoever in the future is making the compilation, they can, be like, and then here's all the reasons why Joy's death was Max's fault. Anyways, so eventually, after chatting a little bit, and we catch up with Joy, and we learn that he, grew up in a planet that was basically entirely corn-based. It's not my fault, says God of the universe. Okay, now. Hey, what did I say about the last Bread Mage spoilers? Anyways, we eventually find ourselves standing before a tall pillar of ice. At the very top of this pillar of ice, there is a little trail of steam. Heat that is rising up from the ocean that is underneath the sheet of ice under our feet. Even though this is a frozen planet, the ocean underneath is teeming with life, so much that the heat of their bodies escapes through most of these little pillars of ice. And it is, as we approach this tower, we do not immediately see the escape pod, and it is not until we walk around that we actually see the escape pod in question. Now, it would be lame if I rolled to see if that escape pod had a dead person in it. So I'm going to ask chat, is there a dead person in this pod, or is there a new character we're going to roll right now? It feels like a silly question to ask, but I know that people are like, no, we have 4 characters already, let's have some time with them. Or alternatively, do you all want to make a new character right now? I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm just going to prepare I'm getting the tables ready. Either A, we make a new character right now, or B, there's a corpse in there. And hey, listen. The best thing, feel free to quote this out of context, by the way. The best thing about finding a corpse is getting loot. We all know that. It happens all the time. Undead new character. I said I wouldn't put zombies in this. Hey, Christian. Hi, I'm doing good. How about you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we did say no zombies. I remember. Again, see, this is why we put it in the list of no things to have. Because I know that I could have put a zombie in this campaign. It's true. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some role-playing, by the way. Okay. Kitty said new gay. Why not both? A new character, a corpse. Okay. Now, I'm gonna roll the dice. No worries. It also, honestly, I like that mostly to prove that I did in fact remember. New gay. Okay, that's a new gay. Okay, all right. No, all right. We had 1 vote for corpse, but it's gonna be a new gay for sure. All right. So, in that case, we should first begin. Let me go over to character creation real quick, if I can find that sheet real quick. Characters. Okay. So, first and foremost, actually, I'm gonna have to have my notes over here back and forth. Honestly, so the escape pod, as we approach the escape pod. The door opens up and, steam shoots out and it reveals a new person. And first off, we need to know what the role in the space station was. So let's roll the dice. Their job at the space station was 55. Mystic. How do we interpret someone who was a mystic on the spaceship? Could I get some tips from chat, please? How do we interpret a mystic on the spaceship? I don't know if you want to read this as maybe a member of the ship in charge of religious services. That's the one thing people never address on in science fiction. Is there a priest on board? There's also the possibility of superpowers too, Moontomes. I don't know if Charles likes Moontome's idea or my idea. Because I was thinking of there's literally a priest on board for last rites and all of that other stuff. How do you all like that? I was mostly thinking of what prisons have, prisons and hospitals, there's religious max idea. Okay. So I'm feeling that. Don't mind me switching over to Twitter for a second. So roll. Could I get any ideas for this space religion? I like Moontomes being like, you know, someone who can hear the universe. Could we like twist that a little bit? You know, a religion around hearing the plights of space, the plights of maybe a religion around people being able to hear the prayers of others across galaxies, and maybe their main intent is to make the world a better place. Voices of the Echo. Ooh. I was actually thinking about that, Charles. I was like, hold up. But to both identical messages does seem a little sus, I'm not gonna lie. Hey Christian, if you're not a bot, like, let us know. Oh no. I think they're a bot, everyone. I think they might be a bot. Yep, alright. Everyone, yep, and they're gone. Alright. And so they have ceased to exist. Bye-bye. Alright. I'm the bad mod. Anime shortcut, yeah. Yo, Cypher, that's a really good one. Okay. So, priest. Oh my god, can I spell? Yo, I know, I guess I'm pretty popular. Honestly, like, yesterday was a little bit surreal because we got someone role-playing as the Tampax Corporation. And I was just like, dude, what you doing here? What are you doing here? Some good news. What if they were a space priest? Priest for the the voices of the echo. Just call it the echo. The echo. A religious group who believe that prayer can carry across the darkness of space, and that heeding these prayers and making the world's a better place is the most important thing. Not that kind of priest. We just killed the space priest. Did they go to priest school? It is an interesting point. So we know that they're a priest. I'm gonna assume, okay, you know what? I'm gonna roll dice real quick. I'm gonna roll to see what percentage of the human population believe in this religion. Is it just like, you know, like a one-off cult kind of thing, or is this literally like the main religion of this setting? The higher the number, the bigger the percentage. 37. Okay, 37% of people believe in the Echo. 37% of people in the galaxy. That's actually a pretty big number, actually. Believe in the Echo. Honestly, can I just say, calling it the Echo is so freaking cool. Shoutouts to Moontomes and also Cypher for getting us to this idea. I'm gonna assume, actually, you know what? Question: do we want to roll for their age, or do we want to assume that they're young? Because again, we could make them old, and that's funny too. But I like the idea of like a really, really young priest. We also don't know what gender they are, by the way. You know, they could be anything. Could I get someone in chat to be like, you know, young, old, roll for it? Yeah. Raquel is super right. 37% is a lot of people. Let me just what percentage of the world is Christian? I want to get some. Yo, holy shit! Hold up. Okay. I just looked up what percentage of the world is Christian. It's 31%. More people believe in this religion than in Christianity. That's actually kind of insane. This is why I love getting context for things. More people believe in the Echo than people believe in Christianity right now. That's actually incredible. Okay, so Kitty says anime trope where they are a 1,000-year-old priest but they look like a child. We're not doing that anime trope, Kitty. I'm sorry. We would have to somehow justify, and I don't know if we want. Are we doing alien races? I don't think so. All the other characters feel kind of young. Okay, we got young from child priest from arbitrary. You know what? You know what? Okay, okay. Claire is older. Yeah, Claire is definitely like early 40s, I think. I guess I was mostly memeing, to be fair. That's okay, Kitty. I was a little terrified because I'm like, I hate that trope. But then again, like, of course you would make fun of that because you know what I hate. Of course you do. So I'm thinking, I almost kind of want to roll for it because I definitely see both desires here. So here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna roll the dice. The bigger the number is, the older this character is. So if we roll a 100, for instance, this is like a Buddhist master. This is like a 150-year-old Buddhist master. And if we get a 0, this is like not actually a baby, but there might be like 14 years old, something like that, you know? This is exponential, by the way. So the bigger the number, the older this character is. I just rolled 69. All right. You know what? It's time for Battle Priest Grandma. Battle Priest Grandma. Okay. So, yo, honestly, Battle Priest Grandma. Okay, well, you know, clip. Raquel, early 40s is not old. It's not old, but it's older than everyone else, you know? I think that, you know, Lemon is like late 20s, Joy is like early 20s, and Trinity is definitely like mid 30s. Early 30s? I don't know. Oh my god. So, inside of this escape pod is a priest for the Echo. They're 69 years old. This person is queer, so that's not really up to interpretation. The one thing I want to roll for is I want to roll for their gender expression. So let me actually go into my VTubing folder and find my folder for... Oh my god. I need to find my character creator for Roll for Novel, because we're going to use that real quick. Roll for Novel template. Let's go! Okay, so I feel like I gotta clarify that. So Alexa is in chat, and so I found this thing that streamers do where they set their accounts to professional, and then you can actually have like you can pretend to have like directions to your job, and that shows your hours. So I did that for to show my stream hours basically, but it does look like it's like, hey, get directions to my YouTube account. But yeah, that's funny. So let's roll. So let's roll these characters' pronouns, by the way. Anyone who doesn't know, this is actually our table for roll for novel, but we have a table for generating characters. So this character's pronouns are... Wait, that's not... I need a d6, actually. Their pronouns are... They, them, let's go. Old non-binary people, let's go. Their presentation is... Oh my god, let's go. Oh, this is an old gay. It's an old gay. Okay, so, you may be wondering, why did we... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I don't think I posted it. Well, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that message. No, I promised that I would post this, but I kept forgetting. We have to clean it up still, but anyways, I will be posting this publicly, I promise. But you may be wondering, we rolled 4 for gender, for presentation, and the presentation options are masculine, feminine, androgynous, and gender. And you may be wondering, Max, what the hell does that mean? So let me teach you a little bit about gender, okay? So, gender as we understand it, gender is the way a person presents themselves, you know, the way they dress, the way they act, you know, it's a social construct, and you can present masculine, you can present feminine, you can present as androgynous, which is a mix of both, or, you know, somewhere right down the middle, and these 3 are expressions of a larger thing called gender. Gender can be more than these 3 things, and by gender here, I mean that this character is so gender that they don't actually, you know, they're not just masc or femme or androgynous, they are something completely different. Real world people that I would say are gender, I would say David Bowie, definitely he was gender. Lil Nas X, he's definitely gender. I would say, oh my god, more people are coming to mind, but, you know, definitely, you know, people who exist beyond the basic explanations of gender. So we know that they are in fact they them. They are they them. They them. And they are gender. Yes, yes. It's like a Metal Gear Solid protagonist character. Yes, it's an old gay. It's an old gay. Oh, like Sir Ian McKellen kind of energy, honestly. And anyone else picturing Sir Ian McKellen or just me? The best part is that this character is already like half built, but we haven't even like rolled any of these other things. So let me just quickly roll a couple of traits so we have an idea. Damiano David. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I see what you mean there, Kendra. For sure, yeah. And yes, yes, Alexander. Kendra made me Google something. Yes, you're not the only one who makes me Google things. So there's quite a few bad character aspects here, like dying, that I definitely don't want to roll. But let's see. What are some character traits for this old priest? 17 is clever. I like that. Clever and 36 envious. Interesting. I don't know how to read envious. Honestly, I don't like it. I'm gonna reroll that. I don't like envious. Doesn't make sense for him. 70 on the dot. Quiet. Okay. Clever and quiet. I like that. Clever and quiet. Okay, now, people in chat, can I get some help describing this character? What are you picturing in your mind? Right now, I'm just picturing like Sir Ian McKellen, and I need more of your help. Also, okay, so while people are telling me what the character looks like, could someone else help me pick the color for this member of the crew? Because again, on the space station, every department had a different suit color. For instance, yellow was the engineers, toothpaste blue for the members of the medical team, purple for research team, and orange for maintenance. So what would be the color for, the onboard priest Voices of the Echo religion unit? We don't have a green yet. White or deep blue, okay. First thing that popped into mind was Shiro from Blue Exorcist, but I don't think that would fit them. Shiro, Blue. I watched that anime and I don't remember who Shiro is. Okay, oh, I see. Okay, no, yeah, that's kind of something, I see what you're going for. Is there already white? There isn't white, actually. Honestly, it feels like a little bit of like a trope, but at the same time, like, I do kind of like, you know what? No, I'm changing last minute. I like the deep blue. I like the deep blue mostly because I want to step away from the traditional. Hey Martin, the moment you said Ian McKellen, I started imagining it like that, and I love it. Perfect then. Hey, I like that. Also, thank you for coming out of lurking. We love lurkers here, but I love it when people come out and actually like leave a comment. Like, make your voice heard, especially in these very interactive streams. Okay, so definitely I'm picturing a tall older man. Or older mask-looking person, let's be entirely honest. Their pronouns are they, them. Tall. Wise look in their eyes. I need to know what Sir Ian McKellen looks like right now. You know what? No. I'm just going to go with the shaved head, like Charles said. Shaved head. Ooh. Muntum says, what about long hair? It hasn't come up. Yeah, there it is. It hasn't come up yet, but I saw it in advance. I love me long hair, especially long anime hair, like really long. Like I get that, but honestly, for this priest, I'm feeling the short hair. In fact, I think I'm gonna go with the bald look that Charles was recommending earlier. It just kind of gives that like aesthetic feel. Do you know what I'm saying? Bald, sharp, blue eyes. The kind of person, like, you look at them, and then you're like, wow, this person is smart. I'm imagining, like, very expressive eyebrows. And yes, their uniform is blue. Blue spacesuit. And unlike the other spacesuits that I believe, the other spacesuits are, like, practical, Lemon has like a backpack and tools attached to it. I believe that their spacesuit is mostly ornamental. Could someone in chat please give me an idea? What is the icon? What is the logo for the Echo religion? Yeah, I see Alexo. Yeah, I'm kind of committed to the bald look right now. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Waves, a teardrop for the sign of the echoes. Okay, okay. The little galaxy, I do kind of like that. Maybe like circles in circles. Ooh, like echolocation. Oh, okay, okay. Martin, give yourself 100 max points. The symbol of the echo, their symbol is circles inside circles. Okay, so what I'm picturing is that the blue suit that they have, and again, I'm picturing kind of like the emoji that Kitty used in chat, the Wi-Fi sign. I mean, it is kind of like that actually. It's almost as though people are sending signals to one another across time and space. Yo. But yeah, well, everyone else has like suits that are actually useful. Theirs is mostly ornamental. So now the one last thing that we need, and this is everyone's favorite part. Can I please have a genderless name for this older person, please? I could roll on the name table, but you know, I need you guys to give me a hand here. Can I get a name for this older person? Something genderless, please. And Kitty says they have a pocket for the religious text. Oh, for sure. Avery is good. Do we have a character that starts with A? Because I like to keep characters like, you know, the different characters have different first starting letters. So we have Lemon, we have Joy, we have Claire, and we have Trinity. So it can't start with an L, with a J, with an M, and with a T. Byron. Is Byron a real name? Never heard that before. It is of British origins and it means at the byres or barn. High noble. It is a masculine name of British origin. Dory. I'm a big fan of people who, you know, this character is definitely going to be a little bit mask presenting and having like a femme name. I really do like that. Now, and I want to write this down. So their spacesuit is mostly ornamental and like has a pocket for their religious text. Like they literally have like almost like Warhammer 40k style. Like they have just like a big tome just on their hip, basically. Farah is not bad either. Also, welcome back, Yasan. Let me roll on the table, see what we get. Nova is good too. Ooh, I do kind of like Nova. No context, yeah. Let me just really quickly. What starter letters are not allowed again? L, J, T, and M. So Nova would actually like... Yeah, Nova is very good. Let me just do a quick roll. Just to see real quick. Like, you know, what would the RNG gods would want us to do? 86. 86 is Severinus. Anybody like Severinus? Severinus. A part of me kind of likes the hardcore, like, Latin name. But at the same time, Nova is really good. So, can I hear it for Nova or Severinus, please? Also, Alexo, Nova is my partner's name, LOL. That's funny. I love how, you know, little serendipity. Definitely Nova, says Kitty. Nova, says Yazan. I like Nova, then I am again. I like Nova, then again I am biased. Severinus comes in Alexander. We're gonna need a lot of votes for Severinus if that's gonna come through. Nova, says Charles. Alright. I have a feeling. It's gonna be Nova. So let's go with Nova. Priest of the Echo. Their name is Nova. And let's just call them what? I need another word for priest. Another word for priest. Padre. Clergyman, cleric. Ooh, Nova. You know what, actually? Alexo, you're super correct. Why? ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both? Severinus. Cleric? Cleric Nova? I like the idea of, like, them actually being, like, cleric is, like, their actual, like, job title. I'm gonna just put it here for now. And if it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. Cleric Nova. Oh, crap. I gotta represent them somewhere. Social link. Bishop first class. Something really cool is gonna... Cleric. God damn it, Sodernia. You're right. Now I don't want to use cleric. It sounds a little bit too much like Claire. Bishop first class. Then it's Bishop first class then. Although that makes them feel like they can also fight. No. Don't be sorry, Sodernia. Don't be sorry. You pointed out something that I wouldn't. Like, trust me. I'm happier cutting it now than like 10 sessions later. I'm like, oh no, that sounds way too close. Bishop first class Nova. Social link Nova, and their emoji is gonna be, I don't know. Is there a Bible emoji? No. Rosary? There is a rosary. We'll take the rosary. Yeah. Oh no. Sidonia says 10 sessions later when you're attached to the name and don't want to let it go. Honestly, like, I'm of two notions about this, right? I'm the kind of person where, like, nothing is sacred enough that I won't cut it in a book, even if it really hurts. But then again, there are also jokes that I'm like, you know, I really like this joke, so it's staying. But at the same time, you know, you pick your fights. Martin says maybe they got the middle name from being the priest, like a priest name. Severinus definitely sounds like something like that. Ooh, that's a really good point. Jason asks, is Ironsworn Starforged free? No, the original book, which again it's just as good. That one is entirely free. You can go to ironswornrpg.com and get it. Starforged is a paid book you can buy physically or digitally. I would absolutely recommend it. I think it's objectively better than the first game. You don't need the first to play the other. They're both standalone. I like Starforged better. I think the after several years of making the first one, Sean Tompkin, the developer, definitely found a way to make the rules even more streamlined, which I really appreciate it. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Charles says, my protagonist went by a name for 8 years before I changed it. Yeah. Sodernia says, it took me 40 sessions with my group before I realized that I had an Aiden and a Raiden and an Aislinn. My poor players. Oh my god. That's too real. Okay, so definitely, their actual name is Nova, but their priest name is Severinus. Aaron and Aizen. Oh my god. Okay, alright. We've been having too much fun developing this character to the point that we have like 20 minutes left on this session. So immediately, I think. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me just I'm gonna roll this position real quick. I want to see how this character interacts with us as soon as they meet us. Hell yeah. I want to know how they feel about us. Hello. There you go. I will probably veto this if it's too bad. Cooperative. Okay. They're cooperative towards us. I am gonna veto this, and I'm gonna just pretend we rolled a 14, which would make them friendly. I definitely see this character as being immediately friendly. Not just because I'm a sucker for people who are nice, but also because I feel like this story needs a character who's immediately nice to everyone else. No worries, Raquel. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, and good night wherever you live. Thank you for coming. I hope you can catch another stream another time. It was really nice seeing you. Take care. And actually, while Raquel is heading out, let me actually take a second to get up and stretch my legs. So you know what that means? It's time for everyone on the stream to stretch their limbs, you know, take a quick little break and drink some water. I'm doing that right now. Have I taken a break? I haven't taken like a full-on break. I don't feel like I need it. And I have like 40 minutes left on the stream. 45 minutes left on the stream, so I think I can make it, baby. Thank you for worrying about me, though. Also, I want to get more stuff done, because I feel like this session, we have only, like, run across an ice field, had an argument, and then, like, spent, like, 1 hour making a character, which is fun. No worries, no worries. I don't want to go to gay baby jail, it's true. So, immediately, I think, let's go and make a connection. Because I feel like, you know, so, okay, let me set the scene first, okay? This song is a little bit too playful. That's better. So, oh, it's my favorite song. I love this song. Also, Bolita has awakened. Kendra's cat, Bolita, which means little ball in Spanish, has awakened. So here's the way that I picture it, okay? As we come around the ice pillar, we immediately notice the outline of the escape pod. But the escape pod is already open. The top of the escape pod is open, indicating that whoever was in here has already exited. And likely, you know, either ran out on their own or, you know, vanished into the icy wilderness, never to be seen again. And everyone in the group, from, you know, Trinity all the way to Joy and Lemon and Claire, of course, all of them, you know, maybe feel a little sense of loss. It's like, oh, well, great, this, you know, we made it all the way here for nothing. We walked 40 minutes for nothing. And as they approach the escape pod, they notice that there is someone. There's someone in a deep blue spacesuit kneeling. This person is kneeling on the icy ground. It's an older person. They appear, you know, maybe a little bit more masked than femme, but definitely, you know, they're an older individual. They have they're bald. They have like sharp blue eyes, which are currently half closed, and their expressive eyebrows are set to a peaceful, almost, no, I want to say a peaceful, focused expression. This person is on their knees. They're sitting on their knees. They have their arms on their legs, and they're just taking in deep breaths. Their helmet is off to one side. They're taking in deep breaths of the cold air, and their eyes half closed. They're simply just, you know, meditating. And Lemon immediately recognizes that this deep dark blue suit is none other of the suits of the priests of the Echo, the main religion of the galaxy. You know, 37% of people in the galaxy actually believe in the Echo, and, you know, that's 6% more than people believe in Christianity in our planet. That's crazy. So there's this person kneeling, you know, and they're praying, and, you know, for a hot second, I would say probably like a very hot second, Lemon is like, oh crap, is this person dead? Is this person like passed out? Ooh, Kitty makes a really good question that should be coming into chat in a second. It's already in chat, I see it. How many of the characters believe in this religion? That is a really good question, which tells me that we should actually do like a little quick roll. So let's see, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna do oracle rolls for each character. The higher the number, the more of a believer they are. So this is exponential, by the way. So 1 would mean that they don't believe in it at all. 100 would mean that they are like a devout follower of the Echo. So Claire? Okay, Claire is the kind of person who, you know, properly celebrates Space Christmas, but like in the proper way by like volunteering. So definitely a believer of the Echo. Celebrates Space Christmas by volunteering. That is the dumbest thing I've written today. You know, you know, Claire doesn't just buy presents, you know? He doesn't just buy presents and it's like, oh yes, Christmas, my favorite time to partake in space capitalism. No, he actually goes and volunteers. The asshole. So, now, Does Claire... Oh, sorry. I wrote that in the wrong section. So Claire believes in the Echo. Now, is there a Space Jesus and Space Santa? No, I don't think so. I don't think the Echo has Space Jesus or Space Santa. I think it just happens to be a coincidence that it's called Space Christmas. So, I'm ready for Trinity to roll a 1, by the way. Does Trinity believe in the Echo? Okay, 22. So, I'm gonna say that she goes to the Echo potluck, but she doesn't, like, pray or anything. Doesn't really believe in the Echo. Now, is Joy a believer of the Echo? Okay, 53. Well, as someone who grew up in Planet Corn Factory, I think it was like, you know, like politically mandated that you had to go to a space church every single Space Sunday. So definitely, I think that Joy, he has a connection with the Echo, though much like many Midwestern trans boys, he doesn't know if it's a good or a bad relationship. Like in Valhalla, yeah, there you go, Mega Christmas, yeah. I just love putting space at the end of things to just make them sci-fi. Yasan asks, do you ever listen to one of those hour-long choose your own adventures? I both have a hard time talking to large groups and don't have a stable time to do things regularly, so I just sometimes plan things out in them. It's fun to just make a little imaginary world and let things play out. Oh yeah, that's why I love this system. Honestly, like the rules for this game are so lightweight that, you know, I am able to run this campaign literally just checking like the reference notebook basically. And it's really fun to create characters and just let them run, you know? If anything, I think Lemon is like the least exciting character because we have full control over them. And Yasan says, that's what got me into writing, yeah. Honestly, like, I wish I had access to this stuff when I was younger. If I had been able to play Ironsworn when I was little, I would have gotten into creative writing way sooner for sure. Does Lemon believe in the Echo? I think that's a good question, and I'm gonna leave that to chat. Chat, does Lemon believe in the Echo? Does Lemon believe in the Echo? Is Lemon a religious person? Muntum says, I say we roll for it. I like that energy. I do feel like I would love Lemon being like the most religious of the group. Getting a 1 on Lemon would be kind of incredible. Chat's going slow. So honestly, Alex makes a good see, I love that Alex and Cypher both have completely different points. Alex says, yes, you don't get many religious sci-fi protagonists. This is a fair point. And yet Cypher said, not in the slightest, which I love that. I'm gonna roll for it. Let's just roll for it. How religious is Lemon? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Lemon doesn't believe in God. Let's go. Ah, that's so good. That is so good. Oh my god. Another great moment to clip. Oh my god. Would someone just want to make a compilation of all the events from all the really good rolls from this session? Oh my god. Lemon does not believe. Lemon does not believe in the Echo. In fact, they don't think highly. Think highly of the people who do. That's funny. I mean, they can time travel, of course they don't believe in God, yeah. Moontum's, oh, this is gonna be fun. Lemon has religious trauma. Yeah, that makes sense too. Honestly, I'm angling for Joy to have religious trauma. Hell yeah. Oh, I gotta... Are you tagging me in those, Alex? Otherwise, I'm gonna have trouble finding them. I'm gonna have trouble finding them. Although, I guess you could just go to your Twitter profile. Yo, let's go. Yo, hell yeah. Honestly, yo, thank you for for posting those actually. All right, you know what? Okay, that's it. All right, Alex, you have earned yourself the follow back. There you go. There you go. I was gonna say consider yourself lucky, but like, it's I follow people back all the time. All right, yeah. Thank you for clipping that, by the way. So yeah, so Lemon does not believe in the echo. Sorry, I just reread Kendra's comment of Lemon having religious trauma, and I'm like, I'm so ready for that. All right, so this is the way that it happens, okay? And it makes so much sense, okay? So as Lemon is approaching, for 1 second, even though they see a person that is definitely, oh yeah, don't worry about it, Alex, I got you. I just followed you back. And also, I really appreciate you posting the stream. It means a lot, thank you. So as Lemon is approaching, they have this innate fear that this person is dead, you know? And, you know, sure, they look like they're praying, but, you know, they could be dead. And as they approach them, Nova, you know, without looking up, because they're still meditating, Nova says to Lemon, like I feel like Nova can immediately tell that Lemon is like a non-believer, or like a, you know, a skeptic, a super skeptic. And I feel like Nova says something to the extent of, I don't know why their voice is just like, it's just, oh my god, what is the name of the actor who plays Picard? Jon Stewart? It's not Jon Stewart, is it? That's literally the voice I'm picturing in my head, by the way. It's just like, I see you're not one of us. That's okay. Everyone is welcome in the Echo. If you do not mind, I would like to finish my meditation. There is much to think about. Ah, yes. Again, they are friendly. They are nice to Lemon, even though they can tell that Lemon is absolutely an unbeliever. And I'm picturing like a really nice, wise voice. And, you know, just that, you know, Lemon approaches and, you know, the Nova lets themselves know. Patrick Stewart, thank you! Patrick Stewart, thank you! Yes! Thank you. It is definitely Patrick Stewart's voice. That's what I'm picturing in my head. Everyone is welcome in the Echo. And, you know, the rest of the people approach, but I immediately sense that because of what we know, Claire immediately recognizes that it's Bishop First Class Nova, also known as Severinus to the people who know them professionally. And I'm gonna assume that that as soon as they notice that it is in fact a Nova, Claire like runs over to them, and they appear really happy. And I imagine that Claire, who has no chill and is always in girl boss mode, is you know, like runs up to Nova and is like, Bishop, you're safe. It's so good to hear that you're safe. Come here. And he offers his hand, and freaking Nova is like, I would kindly ask you, friend, to let me finish my meditation. At which point, Trinity rolls her eyes again. Trinity rolls her eyes again. But we taught her to stop being mean, so she doesn't say anything. She just rolls her eyes and goes back to her computer. I feel like that Joy, who has a long history with his religion, is probably feels relieved. You know, relief flashes across his face as he's like, "Wow, we got a priest." You know, like we are certainly not gonna descend into despair with this person around. And after giving Nova a second to finish their meditation, they slowly get up on their own, even though Claire offers them a hand. And Nova looks up to Claire, and I think, you know, Nova recognizes that, you know, Claire is in fact still Dr. Claire, the person that was running the spaceship. And I feel that they look up to Claire and say something to the extent of, "Well, Captain, we're all by ourselves now. What do you suggest we do?" And again, you know, very nice and controlled voice. "I see you've got yourself a crew of adept people, best in the galaxy. I have no doubt that we'll be able to get out of this planet. Promptly, I dare say so myself, because there are many voices in the Echo, And we ought to tend to them, Captain. Ah, yes, I love this. I love them. I love them so much. I love them. At which point I feel like having someone affirm Claire's position as the leader, like, you know, he stands a little taller and he's like, yeah, that's right, Bishop. We ought to get to work. And I'm gonna say that, you know, while this is happening, because you know, we're almost out of time for the main stream, but I don't want to stop. I'm having so much fun. I think that while they're talking and they're having that nice moment, Trinity is leaning into the escape pod, scanning what's in there, and Lemon manages to see over their shoulder. So let's roll dice and see what is inside. Like, I'm gonna roll the dice, and the bigger the number, the more stuff that's inside the escape pod. The more there is, and the better it is. So if I roll a 100, we're talking about this escape pod is filled with all necessities required to survive on your own for a long time. If it's 0, it's empty. It's empty and there's nothing. That's the wrong dice. 63. Okay, I like that. So the 63. Now, let's get... What would I roll to find out what's in there? Let's do descriptor and focus. Let's do that. So, there is a good amount of things on this escape pod. Now, what is the purpose of these things? You know, is there just a rocket launcher there? Is there, like, you know, survival gear? You know, is it random junk? Let's see. So, the descriptor is 91, which is strange. There are strange things on the escape pod, in the escape pod, and the focus, it's strange and is that a 69 again? Am I silly? Is that a 69 again? Strange rendezvous. Strange rendezvous. That to me, that tells me that this, okay, now, and people do tell me if this is like, if I'm reading this incorrectly. A strange rendezvous tells me that this is filled with, like, their personal stuff, you know? It's almost as though, like, they knew to get out on that escape pod. I don't know. Does it feel correct? You know, like it isn't like, you know, there's, like, you know, a case full of guns and ammo. It's like, you know, containers that have, like, you know, Nova's things from the space station. Strange rendezvous? Is that a good read? What do you all think? I'm gonna have to write all these notes later too, by the way. I don't really know, says Martin. Yeah, I'm not sure. Alternatively, ooh, there's relics. Relics? Do we like strange relics that may or may not be related to their religion? That does sound good too. See, I see Cypher is also feeling a little iffy. Yeah. How do we feel about relics? There is a strange relic in the back of the escape pod. Is that more fun? That feels more fun to me. Some sort of strange relic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's the spirit I want. Okay. There. No. I would like to start a new item on the list. Thank you. Their escape pod contained a strange relic. Now, would it be fair if I rolled on the creature creator to see what strange space creature the relic is shaped after? Or do we assume it's, like, shaped after a person? You know, what does this relic look like in your guys' brain? Because I'm partially picturing like a statuette, you know? It's not like a garden statue, but I'm picturing, you know, like I'm picturing like the suitcase from The Fifth Element, and like an old leather suitcase, and inside of it there's just, like, you know, a stone statuette. An orb? Charlie's not wrong. I like the idea of an orb. The little ooblet figures. Oh my god. Yeah. I was gonna be like, you should know better, but that's not true. Charlie is the Triforce of wisdom. You are the Triforce of power. I kind of do like... I like the orb, if anything, so we can have the meme of Nova pondering on their orb. Strange relic. Shaped like an orb. So here's the way that it goes, okay? So, as Claire and Nova are having a conversation, or they're having that nice little exchange. Lemma notices over their shoulder that Trinity is looking through the contents of the escape pod, and watches as Trinity cracks open what appears to be a I'm the Triforce of meme. That is the true ultimate power. That is what true power ultimately becomes, the power to become a meme. Hell yeah. Good night, Yasan. Thank you for coming to the stream. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cleric plus orb equals wizard. It's true. So the way that I'm envisioning this is that Trinity cracks open this like leather suitcase, and inside of it is just like a dark orb, as dark as the blackness of space, and at the very center of this orb swirls a milky whiteness, kind of like a galaxy. Little specks of white inside at the very center of this large orb, like stars in the dark sky. And among this blackness, there's splotches of color, vibrant reds and vibrant blues. But the orb is so dark that it's hard to see them. And again, they are in constant movement. Ooh, now we're gonna have to figure out. What this relic does. Black orb containing little white specks. It definitely is strange. And I definitely think that it's at this point. Because clearly Trinity she's not that sneaky. So what I'm envisioning is that as Lemma is looking over their shoulder and sees Trinity doing this, so does the rest of the group. And I imagine that Claire, being in girl boss mode, Claire kind of like walks over and is like, what are you doing, Trinity? You can't just be digging around another person's stuff. Even though, clearly... Oh my god. Kitty says a customer called and apologized for being a little mean on the phone. I'm gonna cry. That's so sweet. See, not everyone is bad. Some people get it. I'm picturing, Claire is like, like, what are you doing? And then Nova, of course, steps forward and goes, I've got nothing to hide, Captain. Your crew is free to look through my stuff and what's left of it. And I feel like the question of, why is this strange relic in your possession kind of hangs in the air. And I think that this might be a good point, honestly. I want, maybe we end it here, but I want it's gather information for sure. I think that Lemon is going to ask, Nova what that artifact is. I don't know if Claire already knows. Does Claire already know what this thing is? Okay, Claire might have an idea of what it is. Okay, perfect. That's a 52. Trinity, I'm going to assume Trinity has no idea what it is. And neither does Joy. So that means that it's definitely on Lemon to ask to clear the air. So they're going to gather information. Oh, actually, you know what? Compel is correct. Hi, Shum Tomkin, watching this VOD. It is definitely Compel. I'm sorry for misreading the rules. When you try to persuade someone or make them an offer, I am definitely charming them. So I'm gonna do plus heart. So I'm gonna roll and then add a +2. 2 becomes 6. 4 plus 2 becomes 6, which is better than the 3, but not as good as the 9. So that is a weak hit. On a weak hit, as a buff, but their agreement comes with a demand or complication. Envision their counteroffer. So on a struck hit, they'll do what you want or agree to your condition and take +1 momentum. Do I still take 1 momentum? I would assume so, because it's as above. So I gain 1 momentum. And so they agree to tell me what it is, but it comes with a complication. So I'm gonna really quickly go over to the random tables, and I want action and theme to give us an idea for what this is. So the purpose of this machine is 10 avoiding 32 avoiding expedition. I'm not sure about that. Let me do a quick reroll. Avoiding Avoiding 58. Avoiding opportunity. Also, by the way, Charles hitting out. No worries, Charles. Thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you have a lovely day. Take care. Avoiding opportunity. So I'm imagining the purpose of this artifact is to allow the people who wield it to avoid something. Opportunity could be a danger. It could be a hazard. Alternatively, I like the idea of it being like a religious artifact. Let me just roll real quick. Is this a religious artifact? 49. It is related to the religion. It's definitely religion related, religion adjacent maybe. It is a religious artifact, the purpose of which is to avoid opportunities. Let me take a quick sip of water real quick. Avoiding opportunities. When you avoid an opportunity, you're letting a situation get out of your hands. Maybe the relic is cursed. The purpose of this relic... Oh, you know what? Let's go with something like that. So, Lemon asks, priest, bishop, whatever your title is, what is that over there? I've never seen anything like it. Is that really the only thing in your escape pod? Why would you have that and nothing else? And Nova, without turning to look at Lemon, closes the suitcase and puts it under their arm, and then they turn in. yes. Kendra just now saw that Lemon has a space Glock. Yeah, that's from episode 1. They found it in Trinity's escape pod, by the way. But yes, with the suitcase under one arm. Nova says, This here is an artifact of great importance. It is incredibly dangerous. That is why I decided to bring it with me. It would be a shame. If you, I like this. If you think what happened at the space station was tragic, you have no idea how much worse it would have been if I had left this behind. Ooh, I like that. See, because usually, the MacGuffin is like a good MacGuffin that does a good thing, right? The space artifact, the mysterious magical space artifact is the thing that's gonna solve the plot later. No, this thing is a bad thing. This artifact is bad. This is bad and dangerous. So to add context to people losing their mind about the space Glock, so the reason why I described it like that is because in this setting, energy-based weapons are more popular, like lasers and stuff like that. Claire has a space blaster, and I don't believe that Trinity has a weapon. Though Trinity's escape pod had a bunch of ballistics ammunition and a weapon. And again, this is unique because in this setting, as we rolled it before, as we were rolling dice, we learned that ballistic-based weapons, weapons that fire a bullet, they're easier to hide, which means that they're often used by people who assassinate people, like assassins or, people who do wet work. And Trinity, even though this was in her escape pod, she might have just jumped in there, we don't know. She discarded it to the side as though she didn't need it. And knowing that we're in a dangerous planet and, having just fought a giant blue lobster, we decided to take the weapon with us. And in describing what it looks like, I wanted it to be like a mass-produced pistol. And what's a more massively produced pistol than the Glock? So it is in fact a space Glock, and that's why. It is easy to hide, made exclusively for killing, as opposed to blaster weapons, which can be set to stunning or some sort of damage that isn't inherently fatal. So, with the suitcase under one arm, Nova looks up at. Maybe she could hold it sideways. It is true that if you hold a gun sideways, it does extra damage. I would also like to remind that Lemon's pronouns are they, them, by the way. They may be a little femme-presenting, but they're in fact non-binary. And I think that with the revelation of the orb's true nature, or at least the nature that it is in fact a very dangerous entity, Nova turns to look in the direction of Claire, and the camera focuses on Nova as they look straight at the screen and say, "Well, Captain, what do we do now?" And I feel like the camera, it cuts to black and the credits are going, and I feel like, as the credits are playing, and the anime ending theme is playing, and it's something nice and casual, it's Lemon and the rest of the crew inside of the base they built. It looks like a dome, and it's Lemon sitting by the windowsill of the base they built, and they're watching the space rain, and it's like a really nice and slow ending anime theme. It's like really nice and chill, and while that is playing, we gotta get a little flash forward of the next session. So what I like to do is I like to roll on this table again and get a feeling for what's gonna happen on the next episode. We do like the segment at the end of the episode where they show you like the preview of what's gonna happen next. So let's just roll on that really quickly. So, next time on Dragon Ball Z 97, unforeseen aid is on the way or within reach. Oh, I like that. Okay. Oh, let's go. I know exactly. On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, on the next episode of Gaze in Space. Okay, here's what I'm picturing, okay? So, when the ending theme stops playing, right? When the ending theme stops playing, the camera fades from black, and we see a series of ice spears rising from the ground, and for a second they form what appears to be the bars of a cage, but it is in fact trees near the ivory forest, this enormous ice volcano at the center of this planet. And we hear the crunching of snow, and we hear what appears to be like a ringing ear, like a sound in the ears of someone. And people who watch movies will know that is the ring of like a flashbang or a grenade just going off, and you hear that ringing in the ears. And the next thing you see is that you see some enormous like dark creature like lunging forward, and then you see gunshots. And as the camera begins to fade away, in the very last seconds of the preview, you see a red spacesuit. The spacesuit of the members of the operations team. The people on the space station who were there with guns to take care of problems. And that's what the last member of the space station that survived is up to. We rolled at the beginning of the RPG. We rolled that there was a member of the space station that was a member of the operations team. It was the gay with a gun, and I'm like, they're fighting somewhere. They're near the ivory forest, and they're fighting something. And I don't want to say that it's blue space lobsters, but I'm gonna say that it might be blue space lobsters. So we get like a shot. We don't see the face, right? We only see the body from the neck down, so we know it's a red spacesuit. But we see them like having like a huge like space machine gun or space laser Gatling gun, and they're just going like rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. And no matter how much they keep shooting, the space lobster keeps moving towards them. And then we cut to black, baby. And then the real credits start playing. No, that's a joke. And that's it. That is Gaze in Space episode 2. I will be honest, and I feel like we didn't get as much done as we did on episode 1. But then again, this is for fun. We're doing this for fun, I'm not like, I don't have like a contract with, RPGchannel.com where I have to make sure that I release, X number of episodes per week. Oh, hell yeah, Martin, I'm happy you had fun. Hell yeah. Yeah, again, I really love this system. I love what Sean Tompkin has made with it. And my favorite part about Sean Tompkin creating this RPG is that originally he was going to make it much more complex. He was like, oh, I'm going to have like a chart you have to follow for space combat. And I was like, I'm excited to see where that goes, if that goes somewhere. And in the end, he ended up making the engine simpler, at least in my opinion. Maybe we disagree. Maybe Sean disagrees with my take there. But he made the system so much more streamlined, while still being very flavorful. And again, I'm not the kind of person, I don't really feel like I gravitate towards science fiction, but creating this setting and these characters has been really fun. And again, I gotta say, okay, listen, I love me a monster generator for sure. Just being able to create a creature with a few dice rolls is so good. Oh, and there's so many little things here. Anyways, I had a lot of fun playing Gaze in Space, and I hope y'all had as well. We'll probably do another episode next week. Maybe not. I gotta plan the schedule for next week. We will be doing more writing tomorrow. But before I go into the Q&A for today, I do want to remind you. Actually, you know what? We're so close to the ending. I'm not gonna do the Nuggets thing. I'll do it at the very end. So we're switching over to just chatting. Hello, everyone. Does any? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have to do the gay agenda. Thank you, Moontomes. Moontomes, the MVP. Moontomes, give yourself 3.56 repeating max points. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can just take 4 max points. It's fine. We can just round up. Let me put it down here on this note of paper. Gay agenda. Okay, we definitely have to do the gay agenda. Because I honestly think that we should expedite setting up that Discord server for sure. We gotta find. I mean, I could set it up. I don't want to mod it because I don't have time. I mean, I guess you could mod it a little. I mean, like, oh, watch me walk this back very slowly, moving the goalpost back. Actually, this feels more like moving the goalpost forward instead of moving it back. But anyways, but yeah. No, I want to make a Discord server so people can share their writing and people can, find other writers and stuff. I definitely would love to make, to bring the community to, let me phrase it like this. I would love for our community to migrate to a place where everyone can meet and gather, especially considering how Twitter is a hellscape that is constantly getting worse. And again, I have a lot of followers on Tumblr, and I'm definitely sure that they would enjoy to have a place where they can chat with other people. But yeah. Actually, while we're already talking about the Discord thing. Yeah, honestly, I think you're super right, Moontoms. I feel like as long as we implement some security settings, yeah, it should probably go smoothly, I think. Everyone has been really nice. We got one bot today. That was exciting, Not as exciting as the Tampax roleplayer yesterday, but they can't all be winners. It is kind of funny though, how, like, you get these people and, like, instead of making me feel unsafe, they just become like, they just become like memes, right? Kirin retracted her own message. Cypher, I'm not entirely sure what. I don't know what belling is or bell is, but Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's okay. Cypher and Kitty, you were both going through a little bit of a glitch there. I can't believe I missed that my connection timed out. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. We can forever remember the invasion, the Tampax invasion of 2023, right at the beginning of the year too. By the way, man. See, I like this. This boba tea hitting me hard. Apparently, yeah. It just hits different, What did you get today? You know what? Chat. What is your boba order? I am very much a Thai tea kind of person. Yeah, yo, Thai tea pog. Yo, Thai tea kind of goated, not gonna lie. Cypher, I hate my keyboard. Oh yeah, I feel that. I mean, I got a new keyboard to replace my dying one, but like, I'm still getting used to typing. Like, I feel so embarrassed typing on stream, to the extent that I'm like, I almost kind of want to go back to my old dying keyboard just so that I can show that I actually know how to type words. But it'll get better. Oh, Martin, today is your lucky day, buddy. Boba tea. Oh my god. You are about to learn about one of the greatest things of all time, buddy. So boba tea, let me go over to Let's Write. Boba tea is a type of drink that contains little tapioca pearls at the bottom. This makes for a drink that, you know, it's a little bit chewy, but it's cool and sweet and tasty. Boba is delicious. Boba is incredibly tasty. It is very popular in Asia, and it's been making its way over here, and people are going crazy because it's great. Yeah, and Kitty says that their normal go-to is either mango, peach, or strawberry. Fruity flavors are very good, but Thai tea's just goated. Thai tea's very good. Yeah, we have to. Yeah, you know, we live in a pretty crazy time. Yeah, honestly, the flavors. Martin says, yeah, I saw it, but never actually tasted it. Yeah, so boba, honestly, like the flavors can vary from place to place, and I'm not talking about like they have different flavors. I mean, like literally, like. The Thai tea might taste different in one place and in another place. You kind of just have to do a lot of experimentation. And usually, boba places have a bunch of flavors on them. Like, one of our local one has like 100 flavors on the wall. And let me tell you, there are some losers in there, but you know. Honestly, you can't go wrong with just black tea or green tea. Matcha green tea boba, ooh, so good. So good. Hey, Jeff, what kind of boba do you have? What is your favorite boba? What's your boba order? Again, sometimes I feel like a little bit of like a, you know, like a basic B, just because I love Thai tea. I just feel like you can't go wrong with that. Oh, let's go. I knew it. I knew Kendra was gonna come in. So a cliche New York City response incoming. Strawberry matcha latte with oat milk and boba. Let's go. Honestly, though, listen. You know what you want. You've never had boba, Jeff. I mean, honestly, like, you know, I don't blame you. You know, again, like, you know, we live in California, in a very, you know, weird part of California, so you know we have access to all these weird things. But it's very lovely. I definitely recommend trying boba out. Also, as Kitty said on the chat, oat milk boba sounds actually really good. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I imagine, you know, if someone doesn't really like dairy, then definitely oat milk would make a lot more sense. Cypher says that neither have I. Always wanted to try it though. Yo, it's super worth it. Oh no, Sodernia sweats in not liking boba. Honestly, it's okay. It's okay to not like it. You know? You know what? I'm gonna say this, okay? Because I said this earlier, right? But cringe is dead. And feeling guilty about not liking things is also dead. You're allowed to not like a thing. You're allowed to not like boba. That's okay. Honestly, I will defend you. Okay, now, of course, hot cocoa, also goated. Hot cocoa is very good. Okay, no, this is fair. Again, you know, it varies from place to place. Sodernia says the tea is great, but the tapioca pearls always tasted like vague cinnamon cardboard vibes. It might just be the place you go to. Alternatively, by the way, there's different types of jelly. Ordering honestly, like if the tapioca isn't like your jam, that's funny. Jam, jelly, whatever. Coffee jelly is also another good one to try. Asking for it with coffee jelly instead of or yeah, herbal. Just ask for jelly instead of boba, and you might have a better time. There are, in fact, coffee jellies. Coffee jellies are so good. Yeah. It's not chewy, but it's a different texture for sure. Yeah. One of us. Yo. I like that tech. Cypher says hot cocoa mixed using a candy cane so it melts in it. Yo, I like that tech. I've never done that. In part because I'm not American, so I've never really had like candy canes and hot cocoa like together. But that sounds really good, honestly. Yo! Martin says, I was about to write that we don't really have places like that selling it in the Czech Republic, but according to the maps, we have them. Yo! Ah, hell yeah. Saturnia says, my brother brought boba to make the tea at home. I should try it again at that point, but I did not. He did make some of the tea though, bless his heart. Honestly, Kitty found some like make at home boba sets, and I found that you kind of have to like, you have to cook them longer than it says on the package, otherwise they end up a little bit chewier than normal. As you can tell, Kitty and I, we're what you might call connoisseurs of boba. Honestly, like, this is sin, of course, but like one of the best things is like milkshakes with boba, except that our local place that does boba, their milkshakes are actually atrocious. I ordered one and I immediately regretted it. I took a sip and I was like, oh buddy, oh, this ain't it, chief. This is not a milkshake. Of course, you know, my mother didn't raise a savage, so I just, you know, I said thank you, and then I drank the whole thing, and then I made a point to never order it ever again. Yeah. Kitty's like, Kitty says, it was so bad. Luckily, we got the small. I felt so smart for having ordered the small instead of the large. I usually get the large, but I was like, what if it's bad? It turns out it was actually bad. Kendra dropping their local New York City based boba lines? No, franchises. Lazy Sundays. Let's go. All right, there's 2 minutes left on the stream. If anybody has any questions that they want to ask me, ask them now or forever hold your silence until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, by the way, the song playing right now in the background is Fairy Fountain by Lo-Fi Leah. It's a remix of course, Fairy Fountain from Legend of Zelda, and it's the song that I used for the trailer for The Fabulous Gays, Volume 1. I love this song. It's so good. Something about nuggies. You want to ask me about nuggies? How about telling you that if you support me through coffee.com/MKirin, you can donate nuggies to the stream. Nuggies that reward you with warm, fuzzy feels, and you get your message read on stream. And also, these nuggies go towards our goal of unlocking Yanto.exe on the stream. If we can get to 69 nuggies on the stream, I will install a virtual pet of my own cat, Yanto, who will be running around the stream being cute and adorable. Also, I also want to say, oh crap, everyone take a drink. I forgot to grab the end screen. Everybody take a drink. I did it again. I do also want to say that the music you heard for today is from Lo-Fi Leah at Lo-Fi Leah Music on YouTube and everywhere else. Lo-Fi Leah is an amazing person who gave me, didn't directly give me permission, but they would have. They follow me back on Twitter. They know what I'm doing here. And they're a very, very lovely person. You should check out their music. They're gonna start putting out remixes again once the year gets going, so go check that out. Also, the app I use to be a VTuber is VideoTube. The people who run the app are absolute radical liberal leftists like myself, so they're awesome. You should go check them out. Also, MKirinAuthor.com is my website. You can go buy my books, The Fabulous Gays 1 and 2, and The Last Red Mage, which Kendra is reading, and Kendra says it's really good. Right, Kendra? Kendra, tell them it's good. Tell them it's a good book, Kendra. Also, Coffee.com is the number one place to support me, and I want to say thank you everyone for coming. Cypher, I see your message. I'm about to read it right now. Not a question, just have to say that I love your VTuber's little Tamagotchi talking with you. See, that's the lore. The lore is that actually the real me is contained in the Tamagotchi. The little egg contains the real me. The virtual self that you see is just merely a digital projection of the Tamagotchi that contains my real self. It's true. Also, yes, The Last Red Mage is a very good book. You should go read it. Also, the last thing I want to ask of everyone on the stream is please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. All of these things let YouTube know that I exist, and even though I was gone from YouTube for 2 years, they should still put me in the recommended tab. That is literally the most important thing you can do. It puts me on recommended, it puts me on the top of the search boxes, it lets people know that I exist and that my content matters and that it's fun to watch, and I would really appreciate it if you could do those things. It is the end of the stream, it is time for me to go. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties at the start, but thank you so much for coming to the stream, partaking in some gays and space goodness, and I want to say, take care, have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow for more writing, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.